Welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, Jimmie, yay. Yay, this is
bro.
Way more than yay.
What the fuck are we doing?
My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman, and we don't fucking belong here.
Oh, man, we're in a real big boy studio today,
this
finally.
Is fucking real.
Yes, we've gone from, and we're going to post pictures on our social media. You can see our evolution of studios, and this one is by far the nicest.
Boy, oh boy, is it a fucking...
This is amazing.
Evolution doesn't even describe it.
It's great. Thank you, 98 KUPD in Phoenix, for letting us use your studio. And
Hubbard Broadcasting.
And everything. Yeah, we have some good big announcements coming with that, but never mind that stuff for right now. That's all house cleaning. We'll do that at the end. Wow, do we have a story tonight, Jimmie. Unbelievable. This guy is as crazy as they come. It's as crazy. And
is it as crazy as how great your voice sounds right now?
Yeah, you're sounding crisp yourself, Jimmie. Very crisp. I'm telling you, this guy is... Normally, we have the thing where they have it all,
right,
and then they lose it all.
Right.
This is a great story, because this is losing it all first, before anything.
So great.
Having it all, throwing it away as quickly as humanly possible. It's beautiful. It's a story made for us.
Yes.
It's amazing. Before we get to that, just want to thank everyone for their iTunes reviews this week.
Holy shit.
My goodness. Can't tell you how huge that is for us, the iTunes reviews. Honestly, it helps us move up the charts. It helps us get sponsors. It helps us get to where we are right now. We're in the studio because you guys take 30 seconds and sign in and do it, and it can only help. So please, we beg you, give us 5 stars. Tell us you're following instructions or some sort of inside jargon that you want to give us. It doesn't matter. We're up for it. Please do that for us. Without further ado.
Listen, right out of the gate, can we really quickly just say...
Oh, we have a big thank you we have to give out.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that at the end. I just want to say rest in peace, fucking Craig Sager, man.
Yes.
That's brutal.
It is
brutal.
That's
a tough one.
But the one thing I enjoyed about
the silver lining, is
there's
there
a silver lining in a frosty-haired douchebag. Skip Bayless tweeted about him, and everyone, rather than be like, I know, that's terrible, they all just said, well, thanks, you idiot. I wish it was you. He was a good reporter, unlike you shitbag. People just savaged him, and I'm like, thank you, people.
Something awesome I learned today is that Skip Bayless is a fucking junior.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. The crime and sports movement, we all know what a junior means, and it fits.
Fingers crossed.
I would have thought he was a junior the whole time.
Horrible shit happens to that dick.
Oh, he's a douchebag. Hope you guys enjoyed last week with the pile of crazy known as Larry Bethea.
Good grief.
That was a sad story, wasn't it?
It ended so terribly,
It ended so sadly. It's like, God, that's sad.
He just gave up.
He just gave up, and it was a fitting end, I guess, but it was also, good. I was like, that's it. That's all I got. Also, too, I want to say, it says in the story, and everybody kept saying he went to that, people, spoiler alert if you haven't listened to last week, Larry Bethea, but at the end he goes to a boarding house.
Right.
And it was to see a friend, but I don't think it was to see the friend. Everybody said that was like where you get crack.
Yeah.
So I think he robbed the place, did some, smoked some crack, and then went outside and did what he did. We won't tell you what he did. Listen to last week if you haven't, but it's wild. Get into it. But before we let's dispatch
not ruin
with all
that
of
anymore. Let's move on to this one.
Let's dispatch with this because, oh my goodness, we have a story tonight. It's a boxer. Mm-hmm. So fighters are always fun. Oh. They're always fun. Oh. When you mix aggression and cocaine and brain damage, and you mix it all up together, you swirl it, you get quite the pastel of something. So tonight...
it's a lovely color swatch.
It really is. Tonight we have Clifford Etienne.
All right.
Also, but full name, Clifford Joseph Etienne Jr. He is a junior, folks. So that's beautiful. And I didn't even know... I didn't find out he was a junior until the end of my research when I found court documents. And it said, I was like, he's a junior. Thank you. Thank you.
Etienne sounds French.
Oh, he's a Creole type of guy. He's from Louisiana. He's born in Lafayette, Louisiana. Oh. March 9th, 1972. Yeah. He's a big boy. He's a big fella. He grows up large, 6'2", 222 when he's at his peak of his fighting. That's what he ends up with. Growing up, I don't have a whole lot about his family life because it's just not out there. I know his parents are Clifford Joseph Etienne Sr. and his mother is Emily Etienne, and we'll get to her poor, long-suffering self later on. This poor woman,
Mom
man.
has a tough life, too.
Well, it's not that she has a tough life. It's that this person is her son, and she has to deal with the consequences of that.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, great athlete all around. He's a big guy. He's very athletic, as we'll see. And he was a great athlete in high school. And he was, this is amazing that I found also here. He was a wrestler and he was also a football player. Wrestling, I found.
Contact right away.
Oh, yeah. He wants to fight, basically. But he no boxing at a young age. He did not start boxing young like James Butler, outside kicking the door of a fast food establishment.
Because they tossed him out.
No, yeah. He's outside kicking and someone comes by and goes, you should use that aggression in the ring. What? Insane. So he could have used some hand, this guy. But February 12th and 13th, 1988, I found the record sheet from the Louisiana High School Athletic Association State Wrestling Tournament.
All right.
Yes, patreon.com/CrimeSports. That's not hard, not easy to find. In this, Clifford came in third place in the 210-pound heavyweight class.
Really?
So not too shabby. That's the state tournament. So
right away, third place.
He's the third best heavyweight in the state, I guess you could say. So that's good right away. Not too shabby. And it goes into, he's at St. Martinsville High School in New Iberia, Louisiana, which I guess is outside of Baton Rouge, is what I've been led to believe.
Yeah, where's Old Iberia?
Old Iberia. Coming from Old Iberia. Old Iberia sounds like a not good place. That sounds like a place where you would get your head cut off.
Right, there's concentration camps and shit.
Camps and warlords. A lot of warlords there, I picture.
Lots of forced sex.
If we drop in like last year's Super Bowl losers T-shirt that says they won, the warlords will take them all. I feel like, and make the kids do diamond mining for a T-shirt.
Right.
They
stopped dropping them there because it caused conflict.
Exactly, for a world champion Patriots Super Bowl shirt from last year. Ridiculous. So yeah, he's at St. Martinsville. He's an excellent football player, and third place in wrestling, like we said, state tournament. That's pretty good. That's not bad. But football seemed to be where he was at, because by his junior year, not even his senior year, by his junior year, he's being recruited by major colleges.
Really?
Basically everyone in the conference. That's huge. LSU, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas A&M.
Wow.
Yeah, these not. This isn't like Alabama A&T or any horse shit like that. This is like major top 25 programs are recruiting him heavily in his junior year. So he's got a great future ahead of him. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Guys, right now.
Absolutely.
Clifford Etienne, the future is sky's the limit for this guy.
That guy's going to be a fullback at minimum.
Absolutely. Probably in the NFL.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. I assume later on he'll be speaking to kids.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, he's going to be a big corporate speaker. Probably get a job at ESPN on the air. Maybe he'll replace Craig Sager. You never know.
They could use an anchor.
They need a guy. But he has a little bit of trouble early on.
He catches a snag.
Of course he has a little bit of trouble early on. This is the summer before his senior year. This is after his junior year. This is a hot shit athlete.
Yeah.
Literal hot shit athlete. Very recruited. He's the big man on campus, basically. How many people that you knew in high school were being recruited by 10 major colleges?
One.
That's what I mean. There's like one kid in the school that's doing that.
And he ended up playing in the NFL for 3-4 seasons, and he's gone.
And that's a success.
Right, and that's huge.
If he ever kills anybody, let me know, because I'll go up his ass with a microscope. Please, let me know. And I could interview you, get some backstory. You could go back in your yearbook and really dig some shit up here on this guy. So
I'll tell you about all the whores he banged in high school.
Definitely. That's good. So Clifford, in his senior year here, or before his senior year, over the summer, and it's a hot Louisiana summer, too. Imagine that. I'm just picturing that, the stickiness of it. See, I couldn't do anything bad down there. If you put me in Arizona, for 6-7 months out of the year, I'm not doing anything.
I'm barely going outside.
I don't want to. I don't want to move. Recording is a lot to ask, and I'm glad we do comedy because it's indoors.
Thank God.
I'm a pussy in the heat, and so I'm just picturing a summer of Louisiana heat and that suffocating humidity.
It can't smell good in any of those towns.
Bugs everywhere.
Oh, they're horrible.
I would assume the bugs would really be the thing that would drive everybody crazy too.
I can't believe people live there just because of the gators. There's swamps everywhere.
That's the thing too. When you can't, it's sad when you can't even you have to watch the ground and the air.
Right.
There's mosquitoes coming that are the size of your head, and don't step over there because there's poisonous water moccasins and shit.
You're gonna lose a leg,
and a gator popping out to eat you.
But if you go down the street, there's chicks with their titties out for beads.
Of course, yeah. And then
that's what's keeping people there.
That's what it is. Come back once a year, people.
Titties,
what are you doing? Free titties.
Free titties.
Free titties, everybody. All of our female listeners, I'm sorry for the free titties comment.
Right. That's probably their tourism advertisement, though. Just free titties and booze. Come buy overpriced booze and see chicks that have had way too much of it show you their titties.
Well, Clifford and his friends on this day, I wish they would have gone to try to find some free titties to look at, because it would have been better for them and everyone else involved. Because instead, Clifford and 4 of his friends go to a Lafayette, Louisiana shopping mall.
All right.
And they begin to hold up several of the customers with a gun and rob them. A couple of them, particularly, he apparently, Clifford and it's his friends, took 2 people. First of all, when they were robbing someone, they shot a guy in the arm.
They did this at gunpoint. They brought weapons.
Oh, no. This is gunpoint robbery.
This is a real fucking
robbery.
Didn't
get a blowjob from him, luckily, but no gunpoint blowjob. But he did rob these people blind.
I've been robbed at gunpoint. I think I've told that on this program before. It is fucking terrifying.
And this guy actually shot the person also, which makes it worse.
Wounded.
Okay, now they shoot one guy, and then they take 2 other people and take them to a remote soybean farm.
Of course he did.
If someone takes you at gunpoint to a soybean farm,
I can't even find one right now. I have no idea where those are. That's the point. Bad shit's happening at the soybean farm.
That's the thing. Yeah, if you don't even know where one is because no one wants you to know, because they're doing horrible things on this soybean farm. Let me tell you something. I've
never been happier to not know where a soybean farm is.
Apparently, people on a soybean farm are taking men out there, 2 of them, 2 people, forcing them to strip at gunpoint, and then stealing. They ended up getting about $1,000 and a gold watch.
Oh my God!
That was what they got out of this whole thing. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with here.
Wow.
And so that's a hardcore offense. That's not fucking around.
Right, it is.
They didn't go around and steal a couple of cars.
No.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm not okay with it, but I'm like, that's like kind of kids being kids. I get like douchebag kids being
pouring
kids.
Sugar in a cop's gas tank, whatever.
Something
funny.
Ridiculous. But no,
that's hysterical.
This is not funny what they do. This is
somebody got wounded and people lost
awful.
Shit.
Oh, yeah. Someone was shot.
Right.
And those people are traumatized. Yeah. And God forbid, what about the poor soybean farmer?
He's got to clean up blood.
He's like, there's blood on the beans again? Fuck. Every time I go in the house, I come out, there's people taking people, stripping them down and taking their products from them. I don't understand this. So he's 17 years old at the time. Mm-hmm. First-time offender, has no criminal record.
Right.
Star athlete being recruited by tons of people. What do you think? Leniency?
No, try that motherfucker as an adult, please.
So, do you think maybe they're going to give him a lenient sentence on it?
Yeah.
He's given 40 years in prison.
Holy shit.
40
That should
years.
be the end of this episode.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to Crime and Sports. It's our shortest episode ever. We do about 13 minutes, and we're out the door. Thank you.
40 years.
And he should be still in jail.
Yeah.
Instead, no, but he gets 40. You, sir, may fuck right off.
No
you,
kidding.
son, may fuck off. 17-year-old. 17.
You child may go to your room for 40 years.
For 40 fucking years. He is sent to the Dixon Correctional Facility, which does not sound like a nice place.
I like that you just stumbled and said Dick. I'm into that.
I wanted to say Dixie because it's down south.
Yeah.
Dixon Correctional Facility. He's depressed when he gets there.
Surprise.
Shocking, right?
You're 17. You're facing more than twice your life already.
40 years.
That's a long time.
And also, too, think about, it's not just like, because a lot of times if it was like a kid that was just on the street and he had nothing that really going for him anyway, and he'd be like, shit, now I'm in prison. A lot of my friends are in prison. It's kind of a cyclical thing, and it's whatever. But this guy, literally a year from then, would have been going off to play major college football.
At LSU, maybe.
Be on TV and be a star and maybe go to the NFL or whatever. Or just end up having a good job in the community with boosters helping you and alumni and silver-haired middle-aged white men as far as the eye can see.
I'm sure over the next 4 years, one of those SEC teams made it to a fucking bowl game. You know they did.
He had the full line of silver-haired middle-aged white men waiting for him. They were right there, lined up with their hand, just money out, going, please, come and
run with us.
Nope, threw it away.
Unbelievable.
Got to flush that right down the toilet.
But the good news is, for the career that he's going to do, he's got 40 years to train for it.
40 years to train for it. Well, we'll find out what happens here. He's depressed. He drowns his sorrow in food, is how he puts it.
What?
Drowns his sorrow in food. Eats like a pig.
Southern prison food?
Now, I'm wondering, listen to what he eats here. Now, I'm wondering how the hell he acquired all this in prison, first of all. Like, old Emily Etienne, his mom, must have really been, like, hitting the old commissary up or something, because this is not standard issue prison here, chow here. He says he would have three or four, quote, Scooby-Doo sandwiches before bed every night.
What?
He called them Scooby-Doo. If anybody's ever seen Scooby-Doo sandwich, it's like a sandwich that's like as long as your torso, and Scooby's jaw would unhinge like a snake, and it would all go in at once.
Subs?
So he's eating like giant sandwiches. On these sandwiches this is his formula for a Scooby-Doo prison sandwich. It's hard to sleep in prison. You know, you got to have 3 or 4. You have to have the amount of protein that this has to knock you right out. These sandwiches consist of tuna, oysters.
Oh, God.
Fish steaks.
Jesus.
Sardines.
What?
Pickles.
No.
Onions.
Ew.
And potato chips.
He's not fucking in prison, that's for sure.
All on Wonder Bread.
Oh, my God.
Crams that in 2 pieces of Wonder Bread. Doesn't even make like a club out of it. He just goes right with the 2 pieces.
That's a man that's trying to keep from getting raped. That's what's going on.
I was going to say, that is possibly the formula for having the worst fucking breath you could ever imagine.
Like coming out of both ends. It can't smell good ever.
Pickles. I better put some onion on there. I need that. No lettuce or tomato on it at all. He says, quote, that's filler. That's what he would say. That's filler. Or vitamins, as they're also known as, other than just protein.
Vitamins. That's
like vitamins. So on this diet, as you can imagine, he balloons up to 290 pounds. Because that's a lot. You're taking in, that's a lot of calories and, like I said, a lot of protein to be taken in at night and then going to sleep on that.
Going right to bed.
All right, done, going to bed. Like,
he's got to wake up in the morning and blow that shit out.
I was going to say, the toilets, the plumbing must have been really, really rugged down there, you know, really sturdy.
It has that rocket water that comes out to flush out. It has to.
Come on down, Louisiana. We got the sturdiest toilets in any prison system in America. Come on down now. We got you.
If you're going to commit here.
You want to eat 45 pounds of fish every night and blow out a turd the size of your elbow socket.
45 pounds
You come on down to Louisiana where you can do it. Now, he's a big fat pig at this point. He's bloated. He's like 18 years old, bloated, fat, eating Scooby-Doo sandwiches in prison for 40 years. Yeah. What a mess, right? Yeah. What do? You start sparring.
Fucking A.
You start working out. First, he started sparring just to lose weight and get in shape, basically. Wasn't really taking it all that seriously. Soon begins training after that, though, and like fighting, actually getting serious about boxing now. He fights in 3-round bouts. That's how they do this at first. The prison boxing system's a weird thing because you might be thinking he's in prison. How is he boxing?
Right.
Prison at the time in the 80s, this was when the prison boxing programs were all waning. It was a big deal in the 70s. And it was a big thing, and psychologists and even the wardens would all say, like, this is great. The boxing is great for these criminals because it gives them something to do.
Right.
And it teaches them discipline. Yeah. And you have to be there.
You have
to be there every day. You have to do that. But you're also teaching them to be violent.
Right. You're training warriors.
But part of it is if you're bad, you don't get to box. So that's part of it, too. It's a trustee thing, basically.
So you can train for one good prison riot.
Yes, exactly. Oh, you're going to be the star of that riot. Let me tell you something. You're going to be right in the middle. Fuck, you're going to be standing there, arms raised, with people around you with torches going, yes, king. You're the man at that point.
King, right before you go to solitaire.
Absolutely. So, but this, Louisiana kept the boxing program, because I believe it's still going on. They kept it way past everybody else. At this point, all the other states were dropping their programs through the late 80s and early 90s. But he luckily for him was in this.
How the hell did you find that? That's fascinating.
Yeah, because
when prison bouts stopped.
I know that New York and Connecticut around 1992 stopped. Yeah, I read up on all this shit.
That's fascinating.
This is what I mean. I'm just trying to get him in prison. I'm like, well, I should find out why they're boxing in prison. Right. So then that's an hour and a half where I'm reading up on the history of prison boxing, and I literally am reading quotes from wardens in 1975. Well, I don't need this in my life.
That's amazing.
But it makes for a better story, so fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, at this point, too, he converts to Muslim. Always bad.
Did he change his name?
No. He kept his name, but he converts to being a Muslim, which, as we know, it doesn't matter what fucking religion it is. Don't find religion, athletes. Bad. It's bad things are going to happen. Right. Bad things. Now, you figure for this guy, it already happened. This could only be good. Right. No, not so much. We'll find out. Let's see. What do you think, guys? Everything okay? No. He's going to come out a nice Muslim guy and be world heavyweight champion, and right now he's, like a boxing analyst for HBO. Is that what's going on?
Though, you know what I mean? Like so many opportunities already have showed their face for him, and he's still constantly fucking it up.
No opportunity is too good or too big to flush down that prison toilet, Jimmie. Remember, rocket power in those prison toilets. You'll flush it right down. You can't stop this
takes
man.
40 pounds of fish fucking sandwich.
You cannot stop him.
It can take all opportunity that you can squander. Let's go.
He wins. Now, there's a ton of articles that say that he won 30 fights in prison, all 30 fights. But I found some, from what I feel, some actual people who are like from the Police Athletic Association that train these guys that said he won 23 of his first 24 fights in jail. So that's great.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty badass. He's a member of the Gunslingers boxing team, which I guess is the best boxing team in Louisiana, apparently, in the prison system. The Gunslingers. You think they'd go, you know what? You can't use names with weapons in them. Right. Pick something else.
How about that's the reason you're here, sir?
I'd make them call them the kitty cats. Yeah. You're in prison. You're getting a box. Fuck you. You're the pussy queers. Who cares? Like, sorry, deal with it.
And you guys are the cocksuckers.
Yeah.
And let's fight.
You don't like it? Fucking back to Gen Pop with you. Yeah, enjoy.
Take out your aggression in the ring then.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Hate your name all you want, but that's what you get. That's a great idea. The warden should have drawn a line and said, I will name all of you. And it's going to be incredibly insulting.
They're all going to be shitty nicknames. Right. If you piss me off, I'm changing it to something worse.
Something way worse.
Something way worse.
And give me time, I'll find them.
You're going to be the pink ladies like in Greece. That's what I'm going to call you. You're Rizzo and you're Frenchie and you're Sandra D. Yeah. Done. Move on, assholes. A bunch of big, huge guys all pissed off. I don't want to be Frenchie.
I wanted to be Sandra D.
Fuck, man. She's pretty. Unbelievable. By the way, why does Sandy in Greece take her shoes off at Thunder Road? What the fuck is she doing? What is she doing, Jimmie?
In the canal?
Why? Well, she's in a fucking canal. She's in a filthy canal in L.A. And she sits down away from everyone else like a weirdo. You've all seen this shit. I'm sorry. Anyone who hasn't seen it, I apologize. I'll be done in a second here.
She takes off her fucking Keds.
She takes off her fucking Keds and puts them next to her. She's sitting there in white socks in a filthy L.A.
in the
dirty
LA
canal.
River. The LA River is filthy.
And it makes no sense, too, because at the end of the scene, the girl's like, oh, come to my house. And she's like, okay, hold on. She has to go back and put her shoes back on. So it makes no sense for character or production or expediency. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ, get your heads out of your asses. No wonder why your husband fucking ran away. She's an asshole. Okay.
Oh, that's right. He did. Her real husband in real life disappeared on his own.
He's like, I take her everywhere she goes. Right. She takes her shoes off in filthy situations. We're in a restaurant. She's got her shoes off for some reason. Like, hey, baby, can you put them back on?
That's hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Your toes are gnarled. Put them fucking back on.
So, anyway, Clifford is taught to fight by the director of the Baton Rouge Police... the director of the Baton Rouge Police Athletic League named Billy Roth. He is his original silver-haired middle-aged white man, and we'll get into what he does to really earn that title. He teaches him to box at first, which is fine. That's okay. You're not necessarily a silver-haired middle-aged white man for that.
Right.
But as Clifford gets better, Roth tells a sports agent about him, a guy named Eddie Sapir. I don't know how you say that, but Eddie Sapir. He's listen to these two shady things, okay? First of all, we all know New Orleans is a shady city.
Oh, my God.
It's as corrupt as it gets.
There's voodoo and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, politically, corruption is deep. And
that's where Bobby Jindal was, right?
Yeah, he was the governor of Louisiana. Yep. But it's in the fiber, the corruption down there. So it's unreal. The sports agent, this guy, Eddie Sapir, is a sports agent and a New Orleans city councilman.
Oh, my God.
Like, holy shit, can you get more of a scumbag than him? The ultimate silver-haired middle-aged white man.
Can you find anything else that you can fuck around in and benefit yourself?
Wow, can you imagine the things he's doing, boy? Oh, man. So anyway, Clifford wins a state prison boxing championship. He is the king of fuck-ups in Louisiana. I am king fuck-up, I guess.
And he's still in prison.
He's still in prison. Yeah. Wins that. Meanwhile, this guy's got an agent looking at him. He's in prison for 40 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so, like, I don't know why they're doing that. Probably because... maybe Eddie Sapir has a couple of connections
Something to
around.
do with it. You betcha.
Exactly. So we have an in their own words about how he got his nickname, Clifford. Should we find out his nickname first?
I'd love to hear it.
His nickname is the Black Rhino.
Oh, Jesus.
Clifford the Black Rhino.
Okay.
Which is like Clifford the white dog.
Right, the big red dog.
Yeah, he's Clifford the dumb black rhino. He is, I don't fucking know. He's not the big red dog. He's a dumb idiot. He's a fucking idiot we'll get into later.
That's hilarious.
Let's get in their own words on how that nickname came about, shall we? All right. In their own words, quote, A guy I was incarcerated with, Terry Dominic, came up with a nickname on how I fight. I told him all I know how to do is keep on coming, and he said I was like a rhino. I told him there are black rhinos. He did not believe me, so he went to the library and I looked it up.
What color did he think they were?
The fuck? Some people use the library for to get a law degree in prison. He's like, I swear there's black rhinos. That's what they're doing.
That's hilarious. They're arguing. They're using the library to solve arguments and gain nicknames.
Well, there's no Google in prison in the 80s, so they're like, fuck it. This would have been a 2-second argument outside of prison nowadays. You'd be like, yeah, black rhino, right? Here's a picture of it. Let's get a picture.
What color
Wikipedia.
do you think they were?
I think they're some rhinos that are black. I don't know what the fuck color rhinos are.
I thought they were all black.
I thought they were gray.
They're dark grayish black.
Yeah,
they're super black.
I guess. I guess there's ones that are specifically black that have like ebony horns. I don't know.
There's very few white ones left. That's what I do know. I think it's like under 10. There might be like 5 or 3. It's very, very few. Something like that.
Good Lord. We better keep an eye on them. They're going to drop dead.
They're very threatened, and they need to make them start fucking.
I guess so. They're like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Like, keep her alive. Keep her alive. The whole thing will fall apart.
Put it on an IV drip.
So Sapier's clients included Billy Martin back in the day, the old crazy Yankee manager who was fired 14 times. And, Billy Martin, just look him up. He's the craziest son of a bitch ever. He started Billy Martin's such a great guy because as a manager, he was a lunatic and he would kick dirt on people. He tried to fight Reggie Jackson in the locker room.
It's his shenanigans, in the fucking dugout.
You can't fight. No. Reggie Jackson's a big guy. Billy Martin's he was literally like
tiny little white guy.
A 5'6", 135-pound alcoholic who was like 60 years old.
You're alcoholic.
That's what he was.
He was.
He's known as an alcoholic.
That paints the picture so much better.
And he's sitting there shaking with his hand, and Reggie's trying to kill him, and Nelson Howard's holding Reggie Jackson back, and he's like, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. And he's still trying to get at Reggie Jackson. He's crazy.
That's so good.
He started a giant brawl at the Copacabana in 1960.
That's
the big. Was Billy Martin was the guy that threw the first punch that started that. He's the guy where if there's a giant brawl and he was present, it was him that started it. He's the guy. So this is the type of high quality individual that and I love Billy Martin, but this is the type of guy that Eddie Sapier hangs around with.
I don't care how many stories there are about him, and they could be the worst fucking things in the world. The guy he's a legend, and he's amazing because of it. I'd hang out with him just to watch that shit.
He was hired and then fired and then rehired again in the same season by the same. He's the only guy I've ever seen with that. Look up Yankee manager history out there, guys. Just look up Yankee manager history. You're going to be like, oh my God, they had 4 managers some years. What the fuck's going on?
He's amazing.
So anyway, Sapier hooks up with a retired New Orleans cop named Les Bonanno to help with the promotion of the fights. Okay. These fights, because they do. Basically, what they do in prison, these guys get paid to fight in prison.
Really?
They get paid to train. That's their job. Because
that's why they're doing it.
It's open to the public, and people come in and watch, and they pay a few bucks, and so they're making the prison money. So literally, these guys, their job is to train from 8 to 5.
Wow.
That's their job. They get up, train to box, you get paid. That's your job rather than breaking rocks out in the yard. Because this is, as we'll see later on, people get sentenced to hard labor down there. Jesus. This isn't like, go hang out in your room and watch TV. This is a hardcore prison. This is like some shit from the 30s where you'd be like, oh, I'm glad he escaped from that chain gang. This is where they are.
It's a legit Southern prison.
It's a legit Southern prison. So Les Bonanno and Sapier form a company to promote fights called Rhino Promotions. So they are just latching.
They are just hanging on to him.
They are silver-haired, middle-aged. Just please take us with you. Now, shockingly, now that he has the backing of powerful people, an ex-cop, a councilman, a famous agent, these guys, all of a sudden in the late 90s, 1998, his sentence gets reduced from 40 years to 10 years.
What?
They say, you've had enough, son. You come over here. You've had enough. We're going to let you go now with good behavior. And he's given, it's some sort of program, to let go like first-time violent people. That's what they say later on. They phrase it under, but I couldn't find any record of that program going on. And I looked, believe me, but I don't know. That's what they're saying. I think that they decided to make up a program to get this guy out of jail is what it sounds like. This shit sounds corrupt as fuck to me.
That's incredible.
Completely corrupt. Yeah, it's incredible. We have it in their own words on prison. From Mr. Clifford Etienne. In their own words, quote, "That was the biggest fight of my life. You go through things as a kid. Sometimes people learn, sometimes they do not. I was just running with the wrong crowd." So we're doing that. We're having another I was just running with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
So you would think he's just running with the wrong crowd. Yeah. Now he's got something going on for him. He's out. I'm good now. I'm good now.
So good.
Wrong crowd.
I'm out.
Wrong crowd. When I run with the wrong crowd, I usually shoot people, make them strip naked, and take their gold watch from them. That's what I do, Norm. But hey, to each their own.
When I run with the wrong crowd, I have to listen to shitty jokes. That's all.
Yeah. You have to listen to terrible premises. Not even jokes, because they're not hashed. They're not fleshed out, Jimmy. They're just a premise, basically.
I have to listen to shitty ideas and try to pretend like, that's going to be good one day.
Oh my God. So he gets out of prison, and because obviously he was taken out of prison to fight, he goes directly to the ring pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's in the next 2 weeks later, he's in the ring.
Well, he's already trained up, may as well.
Oh, he's ready. He's got 30 fights. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
First fight, December 3rd, 1998. So he never thought he was getting out by 1998.
No.
I mean, think about that. As a fat kid eating Scooby-Doo sandwiches, he must have been like,
he still had 30 years to go.
Yeah, he still had 30 years.
He'd still be in now. Today, he would still be in.
Mm-hmm.
That's
if
crazy.
he did his whole time, he would still be in now.
That's so wild.
He makes his pro debut against John Randall and at Casino Magic, Bay, St. Louis, Mississippi.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is...
Bay, St. Louis.
I have no fucking idea where that is. It's Casino Magic. Seems like it's like out in the water and they're allowed, like a riverboat, basically. We can gamble out here.
Sounds like it was on the fucking Lido deck.
Yeah. Just loser gets pushed over. Let's go, guys.
Loser jumps in with the fucking Gators.
Unbelievable, man. Yeah, it's probably Gators, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Clifford wins this easily first-round knockout, and obviously they're going to set up tomato cans for him off the bat. And I'm going to get into exactly the level of tomato can that they do for him, but it's hardcore. Now, on his first fight, we have another in their own words here. He's a talker, too.
Really?
I love the boxers are always being interviewed because it's not a team sport.
No.
So they don't just go, well, we're just trying real hard and we'll go out there the next week. They're just asked shit about, so are you afraid of this guy? And they have to be like, no, I'll kill him. I'll rip his head off. I'm not afraid of anybody. I am the Lord and Savior.
Right. There's no cookie cutter answer to anything because there's no coach that you're beholden to. You're just you, and you go fucking spout your mind. And the crazier thing you say, the more people watch.
The more you're going to draw. That's the other thing. You're encouraged. In football, they're like, don't say anything crazy. It goes on the opponent's locker room, and then they all want to kill you.
And they all post that on a fucking on a cork board.
Exactly.
And they all sit there huddling around it, talking about, this guy's talking shit.
Exactly.
Right.
The boxing, you have to say this shit, and both sides know it. Yeah. He's going to say that he wants to, wants to fucking find my mother dead in a ravine, and she's going to say that he wants to eat my children, and then we'll meet in the middle, and we'll all go, okay, good, we both made $3 million. Moving on.
Let's go to the next one.
Exactly. Hey, good, everyone showed up. Good. Thank you for talking saying such horrible things about my mother. I really appreciate that, because honestly, this building would not be full without it.
My unborn children, I can't wait to have them, and because now they have money to go to private schools because of your mouth.
Absolutely. So here's his in their own words on learning to box. Quote, in their own words, quote, I knew I could fight and I trained hard. If I could do that in prison while being oppressed, I knew it would give me an edge in society.
Yeah.
You shot a guy and stole shit. That's not oppression.
So oppressed.
That's not oppression.
You're the oppressor, sir.
Yeah,
you're oppressing the fuck out of people.
You were telling someone to strip down at gunpoint. That's oppression. I don't think the guy you shot in the arm wanted to go have a bullet removed from him that night at the emergency room. That's oppression. You are sort of just getting what you asked for
you're
at this point.
You're kind of a dickhole, and you're very lucky. You're a lucky dickhole at this point because you should still be in prison. And instead, people actually give a shit about what you have to say.
He is out fighting, man. Because what was the first one was December 3rd, 1998. His next fight is December 11th.
Holy shit!
8 days later.
My God, the swelling hasn't even gone down.
That's unheard of. He first round knockout. And who knows? This guy was probably 62 years old. Yeah. And he came out and pushed him over and raised his hand up,
kicked over his cane, and he fell down.
That's it. Done. That's all you have to do. So his second fight on December 11th is in Marksville, Louisiana. Another raging metropolis.
Shit,
Madison Square Garden, eat your fucking heart out. This is against a man named Kurt Render.
Who?
Kurt Render.
Yeah, render him useless.
Render him a first-round TKO. Render him the shit kicked out of him in less than 3 minutes.
Render him on a stretcher.
Render his ass kicked. Sir.
Mark Render, is that what you said?
Kurt Render.
Kurt Render,
with a C. Yeah. In case anybody wants to look it up. Good luck, because there's nothing on these motherfuckers, and I'll tell you exactly how much there's nothing on these guys.
Fantastic.
So that's the end of 98. He's got 2 fights in already. 1999, he fights 10 times over the course of 99.
Wow.
That's almost once a month, which is a lot. That's a lot of fighting right there. All wins, too. I mean, he's doing great. And he's fighting in these glamorous locations, such as Casino Magic, like we talked about.
99. I was 18 years old. I don't think I fucked 10 times in 1990. He fought more than I fucked. Yeah. That's awesome. That's incredible.
I don't know if that's sad or if that's...
believe me, it's a very sad admission that I just made.
Well, guess what, Jimmy? You have way less brain damage than him. So you know what? Who wins now?
I guess some emotional distress and some fucking... Lots of calluses on my hand because of it,
but you're
him
here,
and I probably have the
lucid.
same amount of calluses because of it.
Do you think this show would be good if Clifford Etienne was sitting across from me right now? Would that be a fun show? Hey, Clifford, this happened. He'd be like, "Nah, man, I gotta." He wouldn't even be able to put sentences together. We'll get into his deal here.
Remember my name?
No, he'd be like, "I don't know what you doing, white guy, but that's a nice hat."
Rhino.
Like, let me see that watch. Fuck. So he fights 10 times, like I said, all places like Casino Magic, the Mikosuke Indian Gaming Resort.
Oh, boy.
And the Treasure Chest Casino.
Oh, my God.
All in exciting locales like Kenner, Louisiana, which is, it's the Paris of the South, I hear. Why not?
The clientele must be super classy.
Oh, God, you know it.
Jesus.
You don't even need a shirt to gamble in there. Like, that's all right. Come on in now.
Come on in. Bring your government check.
Sandra D, don't need to put your shoes back on. Come on in here, honey. That's all right. Get your canal dirt on in here.
Yeah.
So... Jesus Christ.
The LA River probably is still cleaner than that place.
Oh, it probably is. Yeah. Even at the tables. Garbage on the tables. Food scraps and shit. Just wipe that aside and put your
feet
down.
up there, Sam. It'll clean it.
Take your shoes off before you put your feet on there. We're not animals out here. Come on now. This is Kenner, Louisiana. This is the Monte Carlo of the Gulf region. You understand?
Have some crawfish.
Ooh, that sounds good, actually. I'll take some crawfish. So September 17th, 1999, he has a fight in Vegas, actually. His first fight in Vegas.
All right.
It's not at the MGM or anything. No. It's at the All-American Sports Park in Vegas.
God.
But
I thought you were going to say a fucking VFW or some shit.
He's branched out away from Louisiana, so let's give him credit for that.
Yeah.
This is another first-round TKO of Daryl Morgan.
Okay.
And you know what? These guys' names don't even matter. Let's get another one. February 26, 2000, at the Grand Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi, against James Jones. Clifford is knocked down for the first time as a pro in this fight.
Oh, shit.
Knocked down in the first round, but he was fighting a complete tomato can and had no problem coming back and knocking him out in the second round with a TKO.
Right.
So it's sad. That's where he's at this point, doing that. He's just in a string of tomato cans. March 18th, 2000, he beats Harold Sconiers by unanimous decision. He goes 10 rounds with this guy who doesn't even have a Wikipedia link. Put
Hilarious.
it that way. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's now 15-0. Of his first 15 opponents, not one had a Wikipedia link.
Oh, Jesus.
Not one.
Do we even know they exist?
They could. These things could be in his imagination.
Yeah.
This could have come from someone, but literally, multiple sources, but still.
Yeah.
Not one had a. Think about that. Not one was like 20 and 25 and a half-assed, journeyman that got nothing. Just
nothing at all.
Don't care.
Here's
None of
name.
these guys.
He may or may not have fought him.
I can't even get records for these guys. It's fucking ridiculous. So June 30th, 2000, he's 15-0. This is his first big fight. He comes in at Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
He fights Lamont Brewster. Now, he's a good fighter, Lamont Brewster. He ends up being 35-6 with 30 knockouts in his career.
Shit.
He beat Vladimir Klitschko.
No kidding.
At one point. It was a long-time heavyweight champ, the big Russian guy. He beat him by TKO in 2004. Beat Andrew Galata in the first round. He was another big heavyweight contender in 2005 later on. This Lamont Brewster is 23-0 coming into this fight.
Wow.
So this is one of these where this isn't a tomato can. No. This is, it could go either way, buddy. You actually have to fight somebody good now if you want to move up.
We're going to test your minerals today.
Absolutely.
Sure.
The fight is also for a title. It's for the vacant IBA Continental Heavyweight title. It's a shit title, but it's a title. God damn it! You can take pictures with a belt.
There's a belt.
That's exciting. I want to take a picture with a belt. He wins a 10-round unanimous decision. It's the first opponent with a link. So that's good. I could actually find out shit about him. This brings him to 16-0, and that's a big, big, big fight for him. Things start picking up for him huge now. Really big. Not at this fight. I'm going to tell you about another fight here.
Not here.
Where it is this is the dumpiest casino place we've heard of here. September 9th, 2000, at the Mountaineer Casino Racetrack and Resort in Chester, West Virginia.
Fucking a haven of gambling.
You can actually gamble. You don't even need to bring money. You can just bring handfuls of coal, and they'll just give you chips for that. Literally, just coal right from the mine with your hat on, and they'll just give you chips. I don't know. They have a conversion rate. I don't know what it is.
On your helmet.
Yeah. I picture this like Deadwood. Like they just come in with sacks of gold and plunk it on the table, and I'd like to cash out in chips, and I'll get me a whore and a steak. Yeah, that's what I feel. And a whore. I'd like chips and a whore, please, and a room. That's what I feel like. Anyway, this is the deal. But he fights Cliff Kozer. Now, Cliff Kozer, you might have actually seen him. His nickname is the Black Bull, by the way.
All right.
This is the Black Bull versus the Black Rhino here. Yeah. This is top-notch zoo animal face-off here. I like this. Now we're into something here. This Cliff Kozer played Mike Tyson in the HBO movie Don King, Only in America, which was actually a decent movie. It was a good movie. That movie won Ving Rhames a Golden Globe Award for Don King for portraying him. And Kozer was 25-2 coming into the fight, 2 draws. So he had that was his career. That's him coming into the fight. The fight is for the vacant NABF heavyweight title. So this is another fight. This Kozer was big shit, and he was in a movie now. So this was like getting him up the line. Clifford wins in a 3rd round TKO. So handles him, no problem.
No kidding.
Not even a decision, no problem. Goes to 18-0. Kozer ended up having a sad end to his career, by the way. That movie was the downfall for him. He had the movie, and then he went right in the shitter. Just directly into the shitter, right down a Baton Rouge prison toilet. He ends up being 26-22-2 in his career. He came into that fight 25-2. 20 wins, 5 losses. He ends up with 26 wins, 22 losses.
He went 1-22 over the rest of his career.
Lost his 6-22 or 6-17.
I thought you said he was 25-0.
He was 20 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws coming in.
I'm on board now.
He lost his last 10 fights of his career.
My God.
So I think that's when they're like, okay, double digits in a row. Time to hang it up, buddy.
I'll quit.
Unlike that other guy that Strickland guy had like 275 losses or something. That guy's amazing. I wish he would kill somebody because I really want to do an episode on him.
The depression must be insanity.
Yeah. Now, this fight is a huge deal because this fight airs on KO Nation on HBO. This is a new show where they do a lot of behind the scenes things. You get to know these young boxers, and then they show the fights. Yeah. So it's kind of like the 24/7, but for unknown people back in the day. And so Clifford becomes hugely popular on this show because no one else has a story like him. He's only been out of jail for a year, and he's a year and a half. Champion. And he's doing really well. I mean, he's a shit low level. He's not one of the main.
But he's got a title.
He's up and coming. He's going to be on HBO. He's going to be on something. So he's got a title. He's doing well, but now he's on TV. He's got national exposure. Yeah, this is fantastic for him. Things are looking up in late 2000, don't you think?
Yes.
He's married. He has a wife named Tiffany.
Oh,
he gets a woman that'll spend time with him.
Tiffany.
This is great, Tiffany. Okay. Has a daughter in late 2000.
Oh, he's got a family.
Jack Olay with an apostrophe
really?
E. Jacol apostrophe E.
Okay. Jackal?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What the fuck is
Jackal
that? That's fucking terrifying.
That is a terrifying name.
That's really fucking your child forever.
You're fucking him up good with that one.
Everywhere they go, they're going to say, could you pronounce that, please?
What is that? Maybe in Louisiana, though. Maybe that's a comment. I have no idea. It's probably something Creole or something. I don't know. Louisiana's a whole different culture. People from outside the U.S., it's a completely different culture down there. They don't want to be part of your culture. They think of themselves as like a separate entity from the rest of the world. And it kind of is, too, down there.
They combine names, too. So in early 2000, you remember that?
Yeah.
So that whole fucking trend where they were like, my name's Andrew Mann or some shit like that.
They just stick an apostrophe on the end.
You take your grandma's name and his grandma's name and you jam the fucking names together.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Why do that to your kid?
You're an asshole.
Well, he is an asshole. Late 2000, he's named Ring Magazine's 2000 Fighter to Watch for the year 2000. So, I mean, like I said, he's really popular. He's on TV. People are digging him. His first appearance, they built him up with this storyline, and then he actually goes and knocks the shit out of the guy that he needed to knock out. Impressive performance, puts him on the map.
Absolutely.
Now he's getting national attention. He signs early 2001, before his next fight, he signs a very lucrative contract with Showtime Network.
No kidding.
Yes, to have a few fights with them. And these are set out, he's going to make about $1 million a fight. $1 million a fight.
That's more money than I make.
Scooby-Doo sandwiches, prison, robbing people, $1 million a fight.
He's fucking shot somebody before.
We are approaching the mountaintop.
I can't wait.
You know what that means, Jimmy. You know what the mountaintop means. It just means there is a crash that's twice as hard coming right behind it. So stay tuned.
The higher you go, the more it hurts when you hit the ground.
Oh, baby, and he hits the ground hard, as we're going to find out here. But yeah, he signs this lucrative contract. He is gaining notice in the heavyweight division, basically. Lennox Lewis is the champion at this time. We all remember Lennox Lewis.
Yep.
6'5", well-spoken Englishman that looked like, he had dreads and stuff.
It's incredible to listen to him talk.
He really is very well-spoken, man.
It's beautiful.
Basically, there's not a person in America that's that well-spoken.
No,
none.
There are
we have none.
And he looks as hard as a prison shit.
A great fighter, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Just technically perfect. Just great jab and great. He was just one of those guys. He looked like he was a proper Englishman all around. His way he spoke, he was trained properly, and he stuck with it.
He even did commercials that was like making fun of how proper he was.
Oh, yeah, because it was hilarious. Because he sounded so proper. It wasn't even like Cockney or anything. It was just like, I am the queen. Like, he grew up in the fucking, what do you call it? Not the castle.
Neighbor.
What do you call it? Palace.
Buckingham Palace.
I'll call it a castle. The fuck?
It's a castle.
You have fucking kings and queens and shit, guys. What the fuck do I know? You know my reference point for that is Disney. So I don't know shit. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Fucking
Disney castle.
Update your governmental structure. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
You blue blood
Sorry, UK.
Fucks.
Cocksuckers. We love you. You sons of bitches. We love you so much. So Lennox Lewis is champ at this point, and his trainer Emmanuel Stewart, who you might have seen, he's a boxing analyst. He's on all the shows. He sounds punch drunk as fuck, basically. He says that of Etienne, he says, quote, he's not just the most dangerous heavyweight contender today, he's the one I'm most concerned about. Prison disciplined him to never be intimidated or quit. So he's on the radar of the champ. That's hot shit at this point.
It's huge, yeah.
From being
the guy that's the top of everything knows who you are.
Yeah, and his trainers are worried about you.
Right.
Going, that's the guy I don't really want my guy fighting. Because I have a proper Englishman. This guy's like a raw dog prison, dropping prison deuces every morning. That's his tough. So we have Clifford, and in their own words, on his general fighting style, in their own words, quote, from the opening bell, I keep charging. No matter what I get hit with, I keep coming. The only way to stop me is to kill me.
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, the only way to stop you is to kill you, or, well, we'll see later on how you can stop people.
Well, prison bars stopped you for 10 years, sir.
But not from fighting.
Right.
At this point, it's like, shit, I'll do it. Just keep fighting. Fuck it. It's all good. I don't need to do anything. As long as I keep fighting, I'm fine. Yeah. So March 23rd, 2001, he comes into this fight at 19-0. The fight is at the Texas Station Casino in Vegas.
Okay.
Which is not, again, one
Texas
of the top.
Station, that's not on the Strip, though, is it?
It's probably a little off the Strip. I'm not sure.
I wonder if,
or it's one of those like shit ones that's like walk up, you know what I mean?
Sands down the road. Or
not even the ones that are like what the hell's that one? I don't even remember. But there's a bunch of like basically storefronts in their casinos. It's probably one of those, but
storefronts.
That's what they look. I don't know how else to describe it, but a storefront, just like a walk in. Expect to walk in and see the shawarma man there. Instead, you got to.
Sign say closed. I want room for $39 a night. Fine. That's what the sign says.
Sign say open. You come in, put chip on table. Come. Sign say open. It's okay. You want shawarma? I make for you. It's okay. Okay, that's enough shawarma man for today. So he fights Frey Akendo. Kendo is also 19-0 coming into this fight. So they're both 19-0. So someone is not going to be 20-0 when this is done. Kendo actually has a really good career too. He ends up 37-8 in his career, 24 knockouts. Good fighter.
All right.
But at this point, they're both 19-0. Clifford is knocked down 7 times in this fight.
You ain't going to win a unanimous. You better knock him out.
7, all by right hands. Basically,
really?
all overhand right hands. They just every time. I don't know. He found the opening.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. They were probably watching film on him, and they found this one thing where they're like, he's susceptible to that, and they found out how susceptible he was.
He drops that left, hammer that right.
Man, so yeah, he dropped 7 times. 3 times in the first round, once in the second round. Once in the third, once in the 7th, and once in the 8th.
3 times in the first round.
First round. The ref, he's lucky it didn't get stopped right there.
No doubt.
So finally, by the 8th round, the ref's like, okay, enough of this horse shit. This is fucking ridiculous. Are you kidding me? So, 3 times in the first round. That's amazing. Frey ends up winning. Freya Kendo ends up winning in an 8th round TKO. Ref finally says, okay, that's enough. We're stopping this. It's 19-1 for Clifford now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ref's like, Clifford's got kids. We
Clifford's
can't little Jacole.
Okay, enough.
Mine is a kid. Mine is a dad.
Little Jacoby's got her, whatever the hell her name is. Jacoby, I don't know.
Jacole.
Little fucking Jacoby.
Little girl that's going to go by Jay her whole life.
Oh, definitely. Come here, Jay. So after this fight, when a boxer loses a fight like this, then you set up no-link opponents, as we're going to call them from now on. That's what I call any boxer who's a tomato can that you set up to beat up to fight a better guy. That's a no-link opponent. That's what we got now. He has 2 first-round knockouts in these next 5 fights. December 8th, 2001, he wins the vacant IBA America's heavyweight title against Dan Ward, no link, in Biloxi with a second-round knockout. So he runs his record up to 24-1, so he sounds a little more impressive, I think, is the point of it.
Sure.
Good for him. Why not? Now we get into one of his a famous fight. June 27th, 2000. The boxing will be over very soon, don't worry. And there's some very interesting stuff in the boxing that we're going to hear that it adds to the crazy train. Mike Tyson's involved. You'll see.
I can't wait.
Yes. So June 27th, 2002, at the New Orleans Arena in New Orleans. It's now the Smoothie King Center. I think it's where the Pelicans play. They hold 17,000, so I assume that's probably the basketball arena. He fights the South African Francois Botha. Now, Francois Botha, if you remember, fought Mike Tyson. Tyson tried to break his arm.
Right.
That's a famous fight. Botha's he's a tough journeyman fighter.
He's the one that he went down easy with Tyson, right? And he got the...
Little bit.
He got the Little Caesars ad with the
No, that's Peter McNeely.
Oh,
that's Peter McNeely. He was the first fight Tyson had out of prison. He was a big dumb white guy.
was a little bit bigger though, right?
But McNeely was huge. Yeah. McNeely was huge. Both is like a kind of a dirty blonde-haired guy, like
a big blockhead.
He looks European. Yeah. He's South African, but he doesn't look American. We'll put it that way. He looks European or some sort. He looks like he'd be scumming it up on like a beach somewhere with like someone who's like peripherally royalty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like some broad who's like, hey, my third cousin's the queen's fucking ass wiper or something, and that's what he looks like. Anyway, Botha comes in 44-4-1 into the fight, so he's been around.
Yeah,
you're not going to get anything over on this guy.
This ain't an easy one.
His losses were to Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and last fight he lost to Klitschko. So all of his losses are quality opponents.
My goodness.
He doesn't lose a surprise. He loses against the best, but he fights him. He's a tough guy, Botha. Clifford goes down in both the 5th and the 6th rounds, but this is an absolute, just a war. These guys are just, for heavyweights, you don't see guys punch each other like this. It's like a Rocky movie. They're beating the shit out of each other, these two. It's awesome. Fight goes the distance and ends in a draw. So all of that for nothing.
Who wins? The both of you.
Nobody.
The both of you. Take
Not
that.
Any of you.
I got a Botha reference in there. Take that shit.
That was so shitty I didn't even fucking get it at first. God damn you. I wish
Who
I could.
wins? Nobody. Who loses? The both of you.
I love this new studio. This is amazing, but I cannot reach over and physically punch Jimmie right in his nutsack. I can't do it. And it's driving me nuts right now. So wish him evil, please. Everyone out there, wish him evil. Wish his fun-making ass evil. This brings Clifford to 24-4-1. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, November 22nd, 2002, a few months later, here's when shit gets interesting.
Terrific.
There's a fight announced between Clifford and Mike Tyson. So,
it's announced. It's planned.
It's planned, and this was crazy Tyson. This was like the top peak.
This is ear-munching Tyson?
This is post-ear-munching Tyson, but when he's even crazier. Even crazier. Tyson is coming off the loss to Lennox Lewis before that.
Okay.
So he is scheduling a man who he thinks he can pound into the earth, basically, as we know. It's his Dan Ward or Kurt Render or whoever the fuck those guys are.
This is his no-link guy.
This is his no-link guy, but he can't have a no-link fight.
Right.
He's got, because it's got
to Mike Tyson.
Well, it's on pay-per-view, so you have to have somebody that's you can go, well, he's a decent fighter. He just fought Botha and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, this fight is set to be in Memphis, Tennessee at the Pyramid on February 22nd. Also, too, it's a Showtime event, Showtime, the network. There's a Jay-Z concert beforehand that's part of the package, so it's a big deal. This is a big, Mike Tyson going to get back on the comeback trail after he lost to Lewis, blah, blah, blah. Tyson said about this fight, they asked him how's he feel about this fight coming up? He said, quote, "I feel good. I'm just very happy. I'm tired of being stupid."
All right.
Okay, good. We're glad you're tired of being stupid. Like I said, it's to be on Showtime on pay-per-view. Clifford is reportedly to receive $1 million for this fight. So this is the one. This is his big payday. Yeah. This is more than he's made in all of his previous fights combined.
He's taking the line. He's taking the payday that everybody was always offered. Like, just on the street. Would you take $1 million to fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
He's going to fucking do it.
He's like, fuck yeah, I'll take $1 million. Why not? So, yeah, he hires Buddy McGirt as his trainer, who we've discussed in the past, who's a top-level trainer. He's the guy you bring in when you really want to get your shit together and fight a championship fight.
Get your ass kicked by one of the best ever.
Now, January 2003, it's announced that Tonya Harding will be making her boxing debut on the undercard of this fight.
I remember this fight.
Yeah, so this is just white trash personified. Her fight to her opponent is, if you don't remember Tonya Harding, she is the Olympic figure skater who clubbed the other Olympic figure skater and had
Nancy
her cry, that one, and made the other one a big Disney star.
Right.
So she should be sending.
Should be thankful.
She should be sending Tonya Harding fruit baskets and fucking cards. I feel like Christmas cards.
Tonya probably needs it now because she's probably starving.
The one article I read about her leading up to this fight was like, we show up, former Olympic hopeful. She was like waiting for her ride, like her husband or her boyfriend to pick her up. She was smoking a cigarette with her ice skates over her shoulder, like people do, holding a cigarette in one can and a hubcap in the other.
Hilarious.
Don't know where they never said where the hubcap was to, but the fact that she's you don't even need an introduction. If someone's standing there with a cigarette and a hubcap, that's white trash. Period. Done. You found them.
Where'd you get the hubcap? We got to stop by the scrapyard on the way.
I was trying to unload it for a couple bucks.
We'll try to get a pack of cigarettes.
Her opponent is Samantha Browning, who is from rural northeast Mississippi. Who they pulled her right. She lived underground, probably. They pulled her out of the mud.
Pulled her out from under her brother.
They pulled her out from the mud like John Goodman in Raising Arizona. She was like, I'm going to fight Tonya Harding. This lady, she can't even find sparring partners. Yeah. She's in such a rural area, so she spars with her complete bum husband, who's a 13-3 boxer.
Yeah,
he has a 13-3 record, so that's who she's fighting.
And
her
that's
husband.
Not necessarily sparring. That's just every day, probably.
When I read it at first, I really thought they were being sarcastic. Like, she practiced by fighting with her husband because her husband kicks her ass. But then I read further. I was like, oh no, he's a boxer, and they actually boxed in the ring. Like, literally, I thought that's what they were making, like a domestic violence. Like, she gets her ass kicked every day. Isn't that funny? I was like, this is kind of weird. This is kind of dark for a fucking article about boxing. I don't know. That's for us, but not for them.
That's hysterical.
So Harding loses a split decision in that fight. Now, on this fight, on the Tyson fight, they're just asking Clifford how he feels about it. Going into it, you're fighting Mike Tyson, who, God damn it, I mean, you should know who Mike Tyson is, but Mike Tyson is the baddest son of a bitch ever to step into a boxing ring. I don't care what anybody says, and I've talked to a lot of people, and boxing people, and old guys, and everything else. I look at boxers like this, and we're going to take a crime detour for about 30 seconds here. I look at boxers like this. Boxers are, when they say, oh, who was better, this guy or this guy? I say you take them both. You don't say, well, Muhammad Ali was better because he had 60 fights. Right. You take them both at their prime, what their best fight was, and if they fought then, who's better? That's the way I look at it. Yeah. If you take Mike Tyson, the night he knocked out Michael Spinks, there is not a human being that's ever lived that would have beat him that night. Right. Ever. Right. I don't give a shit. Muhammad Ali, Joe goddamn Frazier, George Foreman, they could team up together and Tyson would fuck them all up. I swear to God. Yeah. You couldn't do the rope-a-dope like Ali did with Foreman when he went against the ropes. Tyson would knock you over with arm punches. Yeah. He would knock your ass down with that.
He's really in the ribs and it's over.
Yeah, exactly. He hits so hard.
Leaning against the ropes is just opening yourself for a solid shot.
Absolutely.
Especially from that little fuck.
Yes. It's always been my dream to see Mike Tyson, even at this advanced age and craziness and everything else, go beat the best UFC fighter they have in 30 seconds. I would love to fucking see that because he still could. He still could. You could tie his left hand behind his back and he would still fuck up whoever they have to offer with ease. With ease. Yeah. Probably end their career with a 4-ounce glove punch to their head.
Possibly end their life.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Possibly crack their skull. Let's see here. Now here's the in their own words on this. In their own words, quote, "You all know how I fight. I love to fight. I love to rumble. That's my thing. It is going to be a very interesting fight. I'm going to shock a lot of people. The only thing I fear is God. I do not fear anybody. He made a mistake by picking me. He should have gotten someone who doesn't pose a threat."
Oh, my God.
So he's talking shit to Mike Tyson at this point.
He's crazy.
He's trying to draw a crowd, I suppose, but fuck that.
You've already got Tyson. the crowd will be there. Calm down. Yeah, Shut your mouth.
I would take a different approach to it.
You're just gonna make Tyson hungry and mean.
I'd buy his mom a car or some shit. Like, he's going are really like me. Like, never mind like some food to his room. I'd be like, yeah, I bought his mom a brand new Jaguar.
Tyson sending them 6-foot fish sandwiches.
Oh, God. Loving it. Like, ooh, I'm going to be dropping a deuce on a real toilet tomorrow. Even a metal tin one from the Baton Rouge, Louisiana prison. So Tyson, February 16th, 2003, it's a week before the fight, Tyson has the flu all week.
Oh?
He's got the flu. He's receiving antibiotic shot. This is also days after he got the tattoo on his face.
Oh, wow.
He got the tattoo on his face a week and a half before he's supposed to fight a professional boxing match. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's how little fucking credence he lended to this man and how serious he took him. My face can be healing from a fresh tattoo. I'll still fight him.
It's almost like he forgot. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, shit. Oh, fuck, I got a tattoo. I got to fight next week. Damn it. Shit. Like that's nothing. And we're going to find out exactly how lightly he takes this fight. Okay. He's supposed to fly to Memphis 2 days from this day here, but his trainer, Freddie Roach, said that the trainer, Freddie Roach, isn't going to travel with him for the fight.
Okay.
He says, quote, Mike is not prepared to fight. He's worked only 2 days this week. If he goes into a fight unprepared, which I feel he is, I will advise him not to fight. It is in his best interest not to fight. If he loses to a guy like Etienne, it's over. Yeah. So it's like, if you lose to this shitbag because you're not training, your career's over. Right. No, your comeback's fuck. No one's going to pay to watch you fight anymore. No one knows who this guy is. Right. You got beat up by a South African. Right. Come on. What are we doing?
You've got fresh black tribal all over your face.
You got a tattoo on your face. I think that right there. He said, what the fuck? Has he got a tattoo on his fucking face?
I'd love to see Freddie Roach's face when he showed up to train with that shit on his head.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing?
What did you have a scab on your face?
I just see him do the mother thing where he licked his thumb and went up and started rubbing it. Like, that'll come right off, right? Like, he's got fucking magic marker on him.
Hilarious.
Roach said that Tyson only sparred for about 40 rounds for the whole fight.
Wow.
So, which is insane. That's nothing. That's nothing to spar for 40 rounds. Showtime executive Gary Shaw flies to go see Mike Tyson, shows up at his mansion, and Tyson wouldn't see them.
Hilarious.
This is the guy who's signing it. Tyson made $5 million for this fight. He's scheduled to make. So this is a guy signing a $5 million check to a guy who's in huge financial trouble
and wants nothing to do with you.
And he said, "Nope, not coming out." So they asked Shaw, like, what happened? Shaw said, "Quote: He was in his room sick. He's still under the weather. Like, it's okay. Hey, he didn't ditch me. It's no problem."
Or he's rubbing bacitracin on a tattoo.
Whatever, same thing. He's just nursing it.
Right.
There's already 10,000 tickets sold for this event. So shit's like they're going. It's a week away. What's going on here? He's in bed still. There's 10,000 tickets sold. He's got fucking writing all over his face. We got issues here. Roach says the only way he'll be in Tyson's corner is if he approves of Mike's, quote, mental state. So Roach, it's not even about the training. He's like, you're fucking crazy. You got a tattoo a week and a half ago. I don't know where your head's at. I'm not going to show up, fly all the way there and do all this for nothing if you're going to be a jackass about it. He also says, quote, if he's really sick with the flu, then how could he possibly fight? Exactly. And also Tyson is saying he's bothered by back pain. He's saying he's all messed up. He hasn't been able to jump rope.
Right.
So, and you'll hear what he says is wrong with his back a little later, which is hilarious. He has no form of anything of like, this doesn't make sense. That doesn't happen in his brain. Just things come out and then he just looks at you like, I'm fucking serious. And if you don't believe me, I'll rip your head off. And you just have like professional reporters being like, okay.
Yeah, like bobblehead dolls just sitting there shaking. Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. So Tyson on February 17th, the next day, Tyson's supposed to fly to Memphis. He misses his flight to Memphis.
Of course
he
did.
Fly in. His manager, Shelly Finkel, said, quote, unless he wakes up and feels 100% better, most likely we're going to have to postpone, which with each passing hour, it looks less likely. My gut feeling is it won't happen. Wow. So they're saying the fight's not going to even go on at this point. So imagine poor Etienne's like, this is my fucking payday.
Right. I need that million.
Backing out. Right. So Showtime says the fight and the Jay-Z concert are still officially on. All systems go. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Tyson, the 18th, the next day, Tyson says the fight is officially off. Says, I'm not fighting. I can't fight. Later on in the day, changes his mind. Says, now I'm fighting again. This is the mental state. I think Freddie Roach didn't make this trip. He's like, okay, I'm out. That's enough of this shit for me. Changes his mind. His manager Finkel said, quote, he said he felt a lot better, and after he ran 3.5 miles, he said he was ready to fight.
He just rallied.
He rallied. He's fine now. So he's good now.
It's like he has a hangover. He's like, I'm not doing shit today. And then he Ralphs and then has a Bloody Mary, and he's like, I could jog 10 miles. Let's go.
I can do this. Let's do it. Now you get a couple of big coughs, hocks a loogie up. He's like, yeah, I feel better now.
I took a very runny shit. Let's go fight.
So now fight's on, right? Fight's on. So now Clifford says, fuck you, I'm not fighting.
Jesus Christ.
He says, I don't want to fight you.
Oh, my God.
It's like 4 days from now. Imagine the poor people at Showtime. They're like, guys, can somebody fucking agree to fight in a few days?
We have 10,000 tickets out. God, can you guys fucking figure it out?
Pay-per-view buys. Clifford says some of his training staff already left, and according to him, the fight's still off. So I don't know. He's like, I don't know what the fuck Tyson's talking about. My guy's left, and as far as I knew, it was off. No one told me shit. So Showtime executive Jay Larkin said of Clifford, quote, I hear that Etienne pulled out because he'd been training, because he had broken training, had a good time, and then his head wasn't in the fight anymore.
So he's got a hangover.
He's basically saying, Tyson said, I'm not fighting, so he said, fuck it, I'm going out and just eating an ice cream sundae and drinking a 12-pack.
Where's the Patron?
Let's do it.
Get into
Woke up hungover. He's like, I'm not fighting now.
Fuck
Jesus.
Fighting.
Freddie Roach said, quote, about whether it'll go on or not. He said, quote, it's hard for me to believe that Etienne is going to pass up the biggest payday of his fight career.
He's got a point.
He's got a good point.
He's got his head in the game. Somebody does.
Now, Clifford, on the whole mess here, we have it in their own words, quote, my people and I got to the airport when the promoter met us and said, no fight. Mike didn't board the plane, but you can stay the week for free. I wake up, put the tube on SportsCenter, and someone says that the fight is back on. No one told or asked me anything, so I said, since it's all about Tyson, let him fight himself. Jay Larkin from Showtime told me I deserved that money, and he was right. So I went out there and I got it. So he's saying, fuck it, he decided to fight.
Yeah.
And the fight does go on, Jimmie.
Good fuck.
February 22nd.
Suspense was killing me.
February 22nd, too. I told them.
That's my birthday.
Really, but that is a happy birthday. This was a mess. Tanya Harding got beat up on that day.
I remember it, though. I remember watching this fight, but I don't remember them fighting. Yeah. I remember Tanya Harding fighting.
Well, you're not going to remember much about it because it was fast. Let's get into how fast
Maybe
it was.
That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was blink and you miss it.
Okay, go on. Go ahead.
Peeing would make you miss the fight. Literally. If you went to pee, fight's over.
That's what happened.
Clifford comes in 24-1-1. Like I said, 17 knockouts. Is at the Pyramid in Memphis. Mike Tyson. By the way, you know what Mike Tyson's middle name is?
Is it? I do know it.
Do you?
I do know it. I don't know why I can't recall it at the moment. It's a fucked up name, right? It makes him
sound so much less tough.
Yeah, like Melvin or some shit.
Gerard.
That's it.
Which is the softest name ever. Yeah. It's just the softest name ever.
It's very polite fucking Englishman
It's soft
name.
Around the edges. Yeah. The G and the D. It's very soft.
Depardieu.
Yeah, it's very soft around the edges.
It's very, I drink warm milk to go to bed.
Yes. So Tyson's 49-4 coming into the fight. 43 knockouts. As we all know, Mike Tyson will knock your ass out. He's coming off the eighth round knockout loss to Lennox Lewis.
Okay.
Fresh face tattoo, ready to fight.
Yep.
Clifford, the fight starts. Clifford looks overmatched from right off the bat. He comes in. He's jumpy. You can tell he's like, you see this time.
Scared.
If you there's a YouTube compilation of Mike Tyson's knockouts, and basically you can watch his first 20 fights in about 7 minutes, basically, because that's how fast they were. You see it repeatedly. It's a thing that you only see in the ring with him. Normally guys come in and they bounce and they have rhythm. Guys come in and they're herky, they're jerky, they're taking weird punches. They're frightened of getting hit. Literally, they're like, one punch and it's over. Fuck.
It's how I would imagine myself if I stood in a ring across from that fucking little bull.
If I fought Mike Tyson, I would absolutely be exactly like he looked, except probably running through the crowd.
Going home.
At one point, he felt the breeze of a Tyson uppercut. This is in the first 10 seconds of the fight. Tyson misses with an uppercut, and you see Etienne's like, oh, shit, and he just grabs onto him, like kind of like, oh, God, no, don't hit me again. And they like get their feet tangled up, and they tumble into the corner and fall into the ropes on the floor together. It's a mess. It looks like shit. Yeah. It looks like... I don't even know. Like, it's not what a boxing match looks like. There's no grace to it.
He's so scared he makes Tyson look uncoordinated.
That's what it is, because he's just falling into him. It's ridiculous. So he's completely overmatched. Timeout's called for a second while Tyson gets his shit together and from being knocked down. The announcer says Etienne wants to make sure to establish that he's not afraid of Tyson, and he attacks him. Huge mistake. Every time you ever see a Tyson fight where the guy's like, I got to show him I'm not afraid of him, and they go out swinging, they're knocked out in less than 2 minutes. It's exactly what Peter McNeely did. It's exactly every time you see it.
Did this go with a body blow?
Carla Truth Williams? No. This was so anyway. Yeah, it's a mistake. He comes in. Mike misses him with a left hook. Tyson does. And Etienne kind of ducks it, but doesn't duck it in a smooth way like you see a boxer come in and out. He ducks it like, oh, shit, and kind of falls to the
like
side.
Like taking cover?
Yeah, he kind of goes behind Tyson's left arm, and Tyson turns around with all his weight and just just levels him with a right. I mean,
in the face.
Fucking rocks him right in the cheek. But I mean, he goes down hard.
Awesome.
When he goes down, I don't know if you guys have seen this. He goes down, his knee is caught behind him, his foot, and he goes down and his foot twists around and his whole leg is like, it looks like his leg snapped in half when he goes down. And you could tell, like, Jesus, even if he was fine from his head, he's not going to be able to fight after he just did that to his knee.
Right.
He goes down. He is basically, like, his eyes are closed for the first 8 seconds of the count. He's just laying with his arms out and his eyes closed, like he's sleeping, knocked out cold.
He's just dreaming of $1 million.
Yeah. He starts to get up on 9. So he was basically like, I ain't getting up.
Yeah.
That was scary. I have $1 million now. That's all I needed to do to have it. Right. I'm not beating this guy.
I'm not going to take another one of those punches.
No, and Tyson was stiff, too. He was out of practice. He was stiff. That was the sad thing. The knockout comes in 49 seconds.
Yeesh.
Less than a minute. 24, 2-1 for Clifford at this
probably
point.
42 seconds longer than I could go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Well, he never mind. I was going to say maybe I can outrun him, but no, he just ran 3.5 miles. I can't run. I would drop dead if I ran 3.5 miles.
I could have fought him 2 days earlier when he was shitting and puking at the same time, and he'd still kick my ass. I guarantee it.
God damn it. Are you kidding me? Yeah. He could kick your ass while he was taking a shit. He could have just diarrhea coming out of him, and he'd be able to grab you and pummel you. No problem. From the toilet. So Tyson comes over, helps him up as always. Tyson always looks like he's your best friend after he knocks the shit out of you. After the fight, Clifford talks in Tyson's ear for a second. Yeah. And Jim Gray asked him what did Clifford say to you? And Tyson goes, well, Clifford told him that, quote, Tyson, quote, needed to stop bullshitting and be serious. He said, you're not serious. That's why you're out here playing around. And Tyson went, you know what? And he's right. He's right. I do need to get serious. Like, he was like, that's my brother. And he went, this thing. He's like, yeah, they asked him, like, why weren't you going to fight? Why'd you decide to fight? And he was like, we both need money, and it's not, this is how we need to make living off each other. And this whole bullshit, man, it was just like insane. He also said that he had a broken back during the fight. So his back was broken.
That I remember.
Yeah, he said he had a broken bone, and Jim Gray was like, okay, how'd you do that? And he's like, in a motorcycle accident. And he was like, all right. Like, he was just like, I don't know where to go from there. It was just this weird silence.
That's one of the craziest answers to any post.
Oh, insane.
Post-athletic event ever. Just, I have a broken back. It's like, what the fuck?
And he said it real casually, I had a broken back. And he was like, whoa, back up to that.
Slow down.
What was that?
Right.
Broken back. Tyson at this point reveals that he does 2,500 sit-ups a day. Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
That's why he's Iron Mike Tyson.
That would take me all day.
Says he really wasn't ready to fight. Said he was sick, and he was just, he's like, I was happy that I could win, and blah, blah, blah. Next night, he's arrested at a New York City hotel for getting a big melee. Mike Tyson. So he's not going to stop being stupid quite yet. Next, after Tyson, his next 6 fights for Etienne are against non-link opponents. Okay. Nobody's non-linkers. 6 of them. Wins 5 of the 6, loses 1 of them.
Wow.
March 27th, 2004, he fights Gilbert Martinez to an 8-round draw. That's what happened. He didn't lose one. It was a draw at Caesars Tahoe in State Line, Nevada.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's getting classy again.
That's a town?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. That's
State Line?
Yeah, Caesars Tahoe. It's probably outside Tahoe. Yeah. Just whatever. After 6 fights with that, he is 29-2-2 with 20 knockouts. The 6th fight, you could tell, November 2004, you could tell he was slipping. He went down in the first round versus a guy named Kenny Craven, who's a non-linker. And he won because Craven had a cut over his left eye, so they stopped the fight in the second round.
Wow.
So, I mean, he's not even beating the tomato cans anymore. It's February 23rd, 2002 is the next day. I see a big article in the Tuscaloosa News from Alabama.
Yeah.
Newspaper about Clifford getting beat by Tyson, and that was interesting, and I was really into the article, but I was distracted. 2004, Etienne's trying to get a pardon at this point for his armed robbery.
Really?
He's trying to get a pardon.
To get that shit expunged?
Oh, he wants it off, yeah. And if only he would have. It would have helped him a lot, too. Because it's bad to have that on your record.
Yeah.
This is in 2004. Louisiana Governor Mike Foster denies the pardon for Etienne for the teenage robbery, citing the violence used in the crime.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't just go in and take something from behind the register. Right. He shot a guy and took people to a fucking soybean farm. That is bad intent.
That's terrible. He ruined people's lives.
He did. If you take someone to a soybean farm at gunpoint, There's nothing good can come from that.
Their life is fucked forever. They're going to remember that for as long as they live.
They're not going to pull up and go, "Oh, are we harvesting soybeans and you're going to give me something to take home with me? Is that what we're doing here? Is this like strawberry picking? What are we doing?
Cutting edamame tonight?
Hey, edamame time." So January 21st, 2005, at the Reliance Center in Houston, it's a big venue. Yeah. He fights Calvin Brock, who is 23-0 coming into the fight. Is that where the
Houston Rockets play?
That is where the Reliance Center, I think, is where. Yeah, I believe it is now. Yeah. Calvin Brock here, because it's the Reliance Stadium, is where the Texans play. Mm-hmm. That's what confused me there. This Calvin Brock's 23-0 coming in. And he finished up his career nasty, too. 31-2 with 23 knockouts. So not bad at all. Clifford loses horribly to him. TKO third round. He's knocked down once in the second and twice in the third, and the ref finally just waves it off. That's enough of that shit. And we're going to find out maybe why he's going down so easily here. He's now 29-3-2 in his career. It's not going well. After the fight, his trainer, Buddy McGirt, legendary boxing trainer, tells Clifford to see a neurologist because he thought he was suffering from some neurological problems. Yeah. He said, quote, "I talked to him afterward and I told him that I thought there was something medically wrong because whenever he got hit anywhere on top of his head, he went down. I suggested that he retire and he didn't want to hear it." So he's saying you probably have some kind of brain issue. This guy's been around a lot of fighters and a lot of brain issues. So
you went down once.
He would be the man to listen to.
From Tyson.
Yeah.
You should get your brain looked at.
You should probably. Anytime Mike Tyson punches you, you should probably get that checked out, I would imagine.
Have a CT scanner,
just
too.
Run it through there. Run me through. Run me through once or twice. McGirt at this point says he will not train Clifford anymore. He said, "I don't think you're medically sound to fight."
His trainer won't clear him.
He said, I'm not going to I don't want it to be on me. He said, I saw a big interview. He said, look, if he gets in the ring and a fighter gets hurt because I was training him, he said, that's on me at that point. He goes, I'm not going to be a part of that. Right. If he wants to do it on his own, he's a grown man. I can't stop him. If they'll let him fight, if the commissions will let him fight, but I'm not going to be a part of it.
I don't need your death on my fucking conscience.
That's what he said. He said, if something happens to him in the ring, I feel personally responsible for that, and I don't need that shit. Yeah. I don't fucking blame him.
Wasn't there a fighter in like the 50s that died in the ring?
There's been a bunch.
But there was it was like a big fight, and the fucking trainer was held accountable for it.
Oh yeah, no, it happens. These guys,
he holds himself accountable for it still. I imagine.
I would think so. This guy, he knows better. He's seen it happen before to other people. He said, "Not to me, motherfucker."
But the ref should have stopped that shit too. And the particular
fight
I'm thinking of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The one I'm thinking of is it was so bad.
I remember the Korean guy dying in the ring in the 80s. I watched that fight.
I feel like this was a black guy.
50s?
Yeah.
Probably.
I feel like this was a black guy.
It happens so many times. We'll get in, we'll do that one day. We'll do
that'd be so fun. Oh, my
God.
God.
In the ring.
All right.
No, it's not really crime, but maybe we'll do a side.
That's a fucking crime, man.
We'll do like a Patreon bonus episode on that or something.
I'm into that.
Now, on boxing and his future and just everything about his life and future, Clifford here has an in their own words, quote, "I'm a country boy. I could stop boxing right now and that would be it. I wouldn't even worry about it." So he's saying hey, I can stop boxing, no problem.
Well, what are you going to do then?
I have brain damage and I don't want to, but I'm going to stop. So May 14th, 2005, he fights in Germany now at let's butcher the fuck out of this thing. Oberfrankenhall. I got that part right. The Oberfrankenhall in Bayreuth, Baron, Germany.
All right.
I don't think I butchered that too. I'm sure it was terrible, but I think I got the hall right anyway. So
I think that's pretty good for an American.
It's not bad. I know shit about German. I'm Italian. I know there's no German in my family. I know nothing about it. This is versus Nikolai Valuev. It's value with a V on the end of it.
You fucked that one up a little worse.
Yeah, this one, he's Russian, this guy. He is a monster. He's 7 foot tall, 300 pounds.
What?
He's literally like 310, 7 foot tall.
Why would they match them?
Monster. That's the heavyweight division. There's nothing above heavyweight. So everything from, 200 pounds up to, too fat to leave your house. That's all a heavyweight. It's all fine. Up till we need to get a helicopter to pull you from your own home, cut a hole in your roof with the jaws of life.
This guy's got 10 inches on him.
Oh, yeah. He's basically.
On height alone. He's probably got a foot reach on him.
Skills-wise, he's obviously a 7 foot tall, 300-pound guy. Not exactly the most skilled, but he's a monster. How do you fight this guy? He comes in 40-0. Old Nikolai.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's 40-0. He ends his career 50-2 total. So he's an ass kicker.
He's a beast.
This is for the WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight title. Okay. I can't help but hear Intercontinental Heavyweight title and think of the Honky Tonk Man. I can't. It's ridiculous. Or Shawn Michaels or something.
The belt goes from chin to knees.
Yeah. So Etienne is knocked down twice in the third round and then just stays down in the third round. He's like, the second time, I don't need to get up and fight this beast. I think he's figured out now where once I'm down and I'm losing, I'm just going to collect my check and go home. There really is nothing. He's not going to be heavyweight champ. He's not an up-and-comer. He's just trying to survive at this point, I feel like. And he's got other problems that he might need money for, which we're going to get into in a moment, because this is the last of the boxing.
Terrific.
He's 29-4-2. Ending this fight.
Really?
Old Clifford. That's what he does. And we have a quote on this fight.
It's a pretty good record.
That's not a bad record. Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, most of the guys he fought are non-links.
Right.
So out of those 24 wins, he had like 4 wins that were actual opponents of any kind of quality that anyone thought was going anywhere or doing anything in the world.
Right.
So, yeah. So on this fight, he says, quote, about Nikolai, quote, he's strong. Being 300-plus pounds, he's got to be. Once he hit me on the chin, no problem. But when he hit me in the back of the head, it felt like whiplash. Anyone who saw that fight could see that he wasn't on my level in boxing ability, which is true.
Yeah.
But who cares?
He's a giant.
So this is in, You're
fighting a redwood.
You're fighting a giant. And the guy, if you look at him, look him up.
I can't wait to.
Value with a V on the end. Look his picture up. He looks like a monster from a movie. Really? Like he looks like he's got special effects makeup on, but he doesn't. We'll post it on the social media, but it's insane. Now, this fight here, that was the end of this. Now, he's scheduled to fight again at some point.
Oh, my God.
He's a monster, isn't he, Jimmy?
What the fuck?
He looks like a special effects master,
I'm not fighting that.
No.
His face is all pockmarked.
And he's 7 foot tall, 300 pounds. He's a monster.
He is very hard scrabble.
Yeah, he looks like a giant you'd climb a beanstalk and then run from. That's what he looks like.
He is hard scrabble personified. That is a
Russian hard scrabble.
Russian hard scrabble son of a bitch. That man drinks like toilet-made vodka.
God!
With every meal,
he loves it.
He
toilet made.
He pours it on his cereal.
I would like my wine to be made in his Scooby-Doo sandwich aftermath. Yeah. That's what I'd like. That's what he's like. I don't care because I'm tough.
Sounds delicious.
I am tough. So he's got a fight scheduled later in the year, but he doesn't get to that fight because he has an incident here. This is the big one. What a day he has here. August 10th, 2005 is his big day. At this day, a woman named Lydia Key is working the 5 to 7 p.m. shift at the Ready Cash Payday Loan Store on the corner of Florida Boulevard and Acadian Thruway in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay, right away, this is not good. If I'm introducing a character that has nothing to do with any of this.
Those are some facts that only are in a police report.
You got it. Court documents, Jimmy. Patreon.com/CrimeSports. She is working the 5 to 7 shift. Like I said, she has her 4 children all there as well. What? They are in another room, in the back room where the safe is, watching TV.
All right.
They're in the back room, door closed.
That's how she makes her living.
So she's got to go in.
Kids to work.
Who knows if it's a family-owned business? That part I could not find. Okay. I couldn't find out who owned the joint.
I like to think that she's got a tough life and she's a good mom and just brings her kids with her to work.
She's like, you come with me. I'm not leaving you at home to go out on the streets and end up robbing people and taking them to a soybean farm. So that's good. Her kids won't do that.
I don't need you kicking fast food doors and being roped along with some Silver Hill middle-aged white man.
Speaking of door kicking.
Yeah?
Speaking of door kicking, at 6... Good, that's perfect. You set me right up. At 6:35 p.m., Clifford enters the store wearing a mask and pointing a gun.
Oh, Jesus.
Never good. When you're working in a place with lots of cash and you see someone come in with a mask and a gun, you know you're in deep shit at this point. So
that was when I knew that it was in my robbery. That's when I knew I was going to be scarred for a while.
Yeah, there's problems here now.
And they pulled out duct tape and duct taped my hands and feet together. That's when it got real.
Well, this lady here... he's pointing the gun. He's demanding that this Lydia Key woman open up the back room door right fucking now and get that safe out. Let's go. I want
to. That's where my kids are.
She pretends to not be able to open the door for a second. So you think he's patient? He's going to fucking wait?
Fuck.
No. And we'll find out why he's very impatient in a minute. But He fires his gun into the door and kicks it off the hinges after that. So he's like Butler on,
and the kids
personified.
Are on the other side?
The kids, luckily, before the gunshot, had scurried out the back door of here. They heard the
they heard all
thing.
the motherfuckers.
They heard the ruckus, and they were like, "Oh shit, we better." And I'm sure, give me the fucking money, give me the fucking money. They were like, we should get out of here. This is where the safe is.
Maybe
Let's go.
Where the safe is. There's usually monitors. Maybe they saw through a camera.
That's true too.
A man in a ski mask and a 9mm pointed at mom.
Let's get the hell out of here, guys.
Fuck out.
So Key ends up, giving him all the money in the drawer, all the money orders and the checks from the safe. She's just take whatever you want, get the fuck out of here. He ends up with $1,977 in stolen money. He runs out of the store out front. Key runs out also behind him, a second. She waits a second for him to clear, and then she runs out also because across the street she can see a Baton Rouge police officer at the Exxon station directly across the street.
Oh, that's convenient.
I have a map in my head of this whole area. I know. So it's Officer Neil Porter is over there, and he sees her panicking and waving, and so he runs over and says, what's going on? And at this point, too, I guess she had sounded the alarm, too, and so there's radio call going out.
Gotcha.
So puts that together, radio call plus panicking lady. I should talk to her first. So he goes up to her, deals with her. Officer Porter, as he crosses the street, he sees Clifford going into the back parking lot of this building. Okay, behind the store. He yells to Clifford, identifies himself. Clifford fucking takes off, obviously. He's gone. Clifford takes off. Several other officers join the chase because they were coming from the radio call, so they get out and they start running after him. Clifford runs through a wooded area and pops out in a strip mall and runs up to a gray car parked outside of the Beauty Giant store over here. And the car is owned by a woman named Phyllis Carter. She had left her 2 kids in the car while she ran inside for 1 second.
He's such an asshole.
Her kids are 12 and 6, okay? Carter's 12-year-old son picks it up at this point. He says that Clifford entered the car with his gun in his hand, saw that the keys weren't in the ignition, and popped right back out. Like, he hopped in, his ass hit the seat, they weren't there, he got right back out again. They were like, oh shit, what the hell happened? Scared them pretty good, I bet. As Clifford exits the car, Jesus Christ, man, this is like... There's dumb shit, and then there's dumb shit.
Did he drop his money on the seat?
No, what he does is even stupider.
Okay.
As he exits the car, he sees officers Bryant and Richard Gill coming at him. Clifford raises his gun and pulls the fucking trigger.
No way.
Luckily for all involved, including him, the gun is jammed and it does not fire. But he tries twice to shoot these cops.
Oh my God.
He is trying to murder police officers in the commission of a robbery. Out of your fucking mind.
Crazy.
What are you fucking doing, dude? You were boxing 3 months ago. What is fucking wrong with you? Like, get your head out of your ass.
And by the way, you've got some stamina right now, sir. You could have used this against Tyson or anybody else.
He was training for his next fight. This is how he trains. Yeah. He runs from police.
Fuck skipping rope.
So the gun jams, so he keeps running, and the cops, duck for a second. Yeah. He keeps running. He spots a gold Pontiac Grand Am.
Great car.
Now, when you drive a Grand Am, you never expect to be carjacked. You're like, I'm safe from that. No one wants this hunk of shit. So he
I'll
sees
be lucky
this
if
car.
I get to my destination.
Yeah,
in this.
never
Fuck
mind
theirs.
you and yours. Shit. Well, that's the best car to have. Yeah, go ahead, take it. Good luck with it, asshole.
Please take it.
It
I'd rather
stalls
take
a lot.
Yeah.
So
you really got to finesse the brake to stop.
Yeah,
just a warning.
Good luck.
You got to manually shift the automatic transmission.
Oh, Jesus, that's the worst. I've seen cars like that. The guy in high school I knew had one of those. Scary. So he pulls the driver, Alex Griffin, out of the car at gunpoint. Yep. No blowjob again, thankfully for Alex. And he says, get the fuck out of the vehicle. So he jumps out of the vehicle. He's at gunpoint. Griffin then tells Etienne that his fiance's 2 children are in the car. Please don't take it. They're in there. Clifford gets in anyway.
Yeah.
Pushes the guy out of the way. Doesn't give a fuck. The keys are in it, and it was running at the time. The car was running. That's why he said, that's my car. Definitely got keys in it. He slams it in reverse and guns it as fast as he can go in reverse. Backs up for like 60 or 50 or 60 feet before hitting a curb.
Of course.
Boom. It stalls the car out because it's a Grand Am. Jesus Christ.
They call it a goddamn. That's what everybody calls it.
It's a hunk of shit, so obviously that stalls out after it hits a curb. Not a good escape vehicle. Never steal a Grand Am. Crime and Sports rule number 15B. We'll make that an addendum to another rule. while you're doing that, don't ever move home or drive a Grand Am in your escape car.
This is what happens when you find religion in prison.
That's exactly right. This is what happens. This is what comes from it, Jimmy. Damn it. Stop it. Stop finding religion in prison. So police surround the vehicle at this point because they can, because now
it goes nowhere.
Dazed and confused, and there's kids probably everywhere in the car.
He spilled a juice box.
They come in, guns blazing. He's lucky he didn't get shot. He tried to shoot 2 of them. If there wasn't 2 kids in the car, they probably would have lit that fucking thing up like a Christmas tree, I would imagine, if there wasn't 2 kids in it. That was probably, it's going to look bad if we shoot these children. So let's try and get him out of the car first. But he's being held at this point at the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on $70,000 bond, which I don't think is nearly enough for armed robbery, kidnapping, and fucking trying to kill cops. And I'll get into the full list of charges because they are deep and heavy. Boxing trainer McGirt, his buddy McGirt here had a something to say about this. So they're asking people, what do you think about this? He says, quote, "It had to be financially driven. That's the only thing I could come up with. I just couldn't picture him doing anything like that. Then when they told me about the carjacking, it really surprised me. I was like, what the hell was he thinking? I just couldn't imagine him doing anything to harm the kids because he's great with kids."
Well, he's got one, but I mean,
not anymore.
He just doesn't give a fuck. That's what it is. He doesn't care at all for anything, obviously. He's going to fucking kill cops.
He's trying to kill cops. Yeah, they're like, oh, the kids. How about trying to fire his gun at 2 cops that were just trying to do their fucking jobs?
That's insanity.
One thing. And like I said, these cops had restraint because they didn't shoot at him.
Yeah, in 2016, that ain't happening.
No,
he's going down. Yeah.
So they call up, the press is interested in the story, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
They call up, remember Eddie Sapir, the scumbag agent / New Orleans councilman there? They call his office to get some sort of, because he's his agent, to get some sort of clarification. Calls are not returned, but a receptionist in the office told the paper that he's no longer represented by them anymore. They're just like, I don't know where Eddie
Never
is.
Never heard of him.
Clifford is not our guy anymore. He was this morning, but now he's not. I don't think he knows yet, but he can infer, I think. So also, too, August 13th, 2005, there's an article called Etienne's mother wonders if drugs are cause of crime. Gee,
you too?
You think? There was a really good sister article to it called Grizzly Bear's Mother Wonders If Son Shits in Woods. So there was also one of those. So it's they're going for obvious.
And then the other one of nuns wondering if Pope's hat is funny.
That's exactly. Jesus. Emily here, his mother, Emily Etienne, this poor woman says, quote, "Somebody needs to check him for drugs or something in his system or whatever, because anybody who knows him knows this doesn't sound like him." Like, yeah, he probably has drugs. That doesn't matter. No. He still tried to shoot a cop. That's
did it.
It's like, well, he had drugs, so it's okay. It's fine. He was doing too much coke.
Oh, that makes sense. It was the drugs.
So she also said that he was supposed to fight soon and that she was planning on attending the fight. And she said, "I'm still in a fog. Something's up. Something is wrong." Like she thinks they set him up or something.
Oh, Emily.
So now he's ruined his mother's life now. He's got all this. He's fucking sitting in a jail cell. He was fighting Mike Tyson. He was on pay-per-view following Jay-Z.
Right.
He was following Jay-Z. Not just, he wasn't opening for Jay-Z. He was a fucking headliner. Jay-Z was opening for him. Unbelievably, made $1 million. He's got a wife, a kid. Things are going well. He's got a top trainer, an agent that represented a drunken old alcoholic bar fight guy. Everything's going well. Now he's sitting in a prison cell. He doesn't know what to do. And the cell opens up. And who is it? It's the Mexican pimp with his guns blazing. And he pours a drink for each of them. And he says, "How is it you've come to arrive here?"
That sounds so good on this.
"How is it you've come to be here? Why? Why you come?
Why you are here?
Why you are here now? Things go so well. And you end up with me. Have a drink for you. Why?"
You're so good at Spanish.
Poofs off. And a puff of smoke happens and he's gone. It's like, That's what happens with the Mexican pimp. He goes up in just a cloud of smoke. Yeah, he's gone. Shawarma man, he's got to look. He's got a business to run.
Right.
Mexican pimp, he's not taking this shit.
Cartel members disappear.
Out of there. So at the trial, Clifford pleads not guilty by reason of insanity. No shit. Okay, I'll buy that.
Pretty fucking insane.
After this story, if the jury heard, they might go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think so.
You raised a gun to a police officer. The only reason you didn't kill him is because it jammed.
Yeah,
that's fucking insanity.
You tried hard. He pleads not guilty by reason of insanity, claiming brain damage suffered in his boxing career. This is great. A, quote, sanity commission was convened to find out whether Clifford was competent to stand trial. Tell me you don't want to have a sanity commission at your fucking disposal. Just like anybody you run across before the sanity commission with you. Like, that's amazing.
I want to have a sanity commission every time I fight with my wife.
Oh, Jesus.
They said you're insane, you dumb woman. I told you.
To the commission with us. Oh, yeah? I didn't say that?
I told you I was
commission. We're going to the commission. He is originally charged with 10 counts total here. Mm-hmm. They end up dropping one of the counts, which is possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. For some reason, they dropped that. But the other 9 stand. The other 9 are as follows. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a good one. There's a lot. Quote, illegal use of a weapon, 2 counts of armed robbery with a firearm, attempted carjacking, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and 2 counts of second-degree kidnapping.
Okay.
That's a fucking list of charges.
That attempted murder is
first
the
degree.
Fucking biggie.
That's the biggie.
That's the one.
And wait till you see this now.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, 2 cops. He tried to shoot 2 of them. His team files a motion in early part of the year of 2006 for a change of venue because they don't want. Apparently, the same day this happened, a Baton Rouge police officer was shot on duty. So they know the prosecutors are planning on bringing that up as a reason why the police were so on top of the shit because they were like, why were they there? That was like one of the I don't know what the hell defense that could possibly mount. But
what are they there for? To enforce the law?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Motions withdrawn on February 23rd, 2006. I guess they decided they weren't going to win. Etienne defense on February 28th, 2006. The defense is denied extra time for more medical examination. They wanted to run all sorts of CAT scans and do all this shit, and they went, no, on with the trial. Right. He tried to shoot 2 cops. We're fucking moving on.
I like their fucking gumption. They're not fucking around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, Griffin, the guy with the gold Grand Am there, said that when he told Clifford there were kids in the car, he said, quote, he said that Clifford looked at him, but, quote, he looked high or something. Mm-hmm. And he fucking was. Or
just jacked up on adrenaline because he was robbing check cashing.
He's running from police officers.
Cops
he
on
tried
his fucking heels.
Tried to shoot cops. You know, he said he hesitated for a moment before he got in the car after he told them about the kids. That is how he ends up getting convicted of the kidnapping charges because
he had time to think about it.
He says, I didn't know the kids were in the car. And his testimony says, I told him the kids were in the car, then he hesitated. So it's like he processed that, then got in the car. So they said, go fuck yourself, basically. At that point, Clifford does not testify at trial. Probably for the best.
Right.
The only real defense mounted, besides his brother-in-law, he tried to put on the stand, like just a couple of people that were whatever. Since the brain damage thing was ruled out already, they called a drug rehabilitation expert in, James Mocanico, and he testified that he believed that Clifford was in a, quote, cocaine-induced psychosis during crimes.
What?
And that's what they called, what Stanley Wilson did.
It's called
the
being
night of the
stoned,
Super Bowl.
bro.
Yeah, cocaine-induced psychosis. In
I
other
was
words,
a dust zombie.
I was on a bunch of coke and I robbed some shit. That's what that means. And because I wanted more coke.
Unbelievable.
If he was on that much coke, he wouldn't have robbed them because he wouldn't have needed more coke right then. Right. So I figured he wasn't that high.
He would have been sitting on a bathtub sweating profusely with the bubbles popping off his face.
Exactly. So March 23rd, 2006, the jury rejects this argument that he didn't know what he was doing due to cocaine and brain damage. That's his argument. Between the cocaine and the brain damage, who can tell what they're doing? It's like, that's some kind of cocktail. Mix that shit up. Cocaine and brain damage. Ooh, that's tasty. It's got a fruity flavor. It's not too strong on the backside. I like it. It's pretty good. He's convicted on all 9 counts. Assistant District Attorney Prem Burns said that Clifford faces at least 64 years in prison. He said, quote, he really had a second chance and he blew it because he is one of the few young offenders who were released early on something as serious as armed robbery.
No doubt.
Yeah, and he blew it. Now, here is the sentencing. The sentencing comes down June 24th, 2006.
I'm guessing retarded cocaine wasn't a good enough defense.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Cocaine pudding brain wasn't enough. Pudding brain sprinkled with cocaine sugar was not enough for some reason. Here is his sentencing.
Okay.
Count 1. We're going to do it by count because it's interesting. Yeah, I found the court documents and was all up their ass about this here. Count 1, 2 years hard labor, concurrent with any other sentence. Count 2, 50 years hard labor without possibility of parole or probation, and an extra 5 years for the fact that there was a firearm involved in the offense, making that 55 years, no parole. Hard labor. Count 3, 10 years hard labor, no parole. Count 4, 20 years hard labor.
Oh, my God.
Count 5, 5 years hard labor. Count 6, 5 years hard labor, no parole. Count 7, 50 years hard labor, no parole. Extra 5 for the gun, 55 again.
Oh, my God.
Count 8, 10 years hard labor. Count 9, another 10 years hard labor for good fucking measure.
Oh, my God. Is that
a grand total of 160 years.
Oh, my God.
160 years. You, sir, may fuck off forever.
He got
for generations.
He got a North Korean prison sentence.
My great-great-grandson will be able to come in and tell you to fuck off because you'll still be here eating your Scooby-Doo sandwiches. Holy shit.
That is insane.
That's a lot of time. That's the most anybody's gotten as far as years go. It's not just life without parole that we've covered.
And not
Keith Wright was 135. Right. He's fucking kicking his ass now. Good job. Salute, cocksucker.
And it's hard labor.
It's hard labor.
It's hard labor.
Hard labor.
That's fucking the worst. So, I can't even imagine.
We'll find out what hard labor turns into for him in a second. Right. But prosecutor Prem Burns said, quote, "We had expected a significant sentence, but the judge exceeded my hopes." He's like, thank you. It's an extra 100 years. I wanted 60.
That's awesome. He's celebrating it.
Celebrate. Shit. Thank you. Exceeded my... I picture him with a cake in front of him with candles on it. Like
160 of them.
This is great. Fucking party hat on.
Fuck yeah.
Defense attorney Jim Holt said, quote, "His family is dealing with it pretty hard, to be honest with you." Mm-hmm. Well, no shit. You think?
Poor him.
Apparently too high isn't a defense. I got too high. Right. Oh, that's okay then. Never mind. You're good. Like... Too high, not a good defense. Everyone out there, if you're charged of a crime, too high, not going to work. Not the one.
Not going to
happen. Let's see here. Now, so he's back in prison now. Yeah. He's stuck in prison forever and a day.
Yeah.
In prison, we have it in their own words about him in prison. They asked him whether he keeps in shape, what he does in there. He said, quote, "Yeah, I work out. I had gotten up to about 330 pounds, being that I was in a cell almost 24 hours per day. Now I'm at about 265 pounds.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So interesting here. So he's in prison. Yeah. Again, he's lucky with this. April 6, 2013, his sentence is reduced.
What?
Don't worry, not much. It's reduced from 160 years to a slightly less comical amount of 105 years. So it's still 100
never
years.
Gonna do it.
No. If it's 100 and anything, just fuck it. Who cares? I wouldn't even have filed that. I'd be like, yeah, who cares? Right. I'm dead by then.
Why am I going to take 55 years off of this? What does it matter?
He's in prison. His mom's still thinking something's wrong. His daughter doesn't have a kid. Fucking Mike Tyson had a shit opponent. People who bought that pay-per-view were highly disappointed.
His drug dealers aren't making any money off him anymore.
Lydia Keys, his 4 kids are scared shitless. Like, that Grand Dam is fucked up beyond repair.
There's still a man with a bullet wound in him.
I feel bad for all these people, Jimmy. I really, really do. But not nearly as bad as I feel.
Get out of here. You found people with this name.
Jimmy, do you doubt me? Patreon.com/crime and sports. Hook us up.
This is hysterical.
Clifford Etienne, who works for Spirit Airlines in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I don't feel bad for you. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you. Fuck you. I hope people confuse you for him all the time.
Airlines.
And people spit on you, you asshole.
I hope you have to announce, this is your captain speaking, Clifford Etienne.
Fuck him.
Fuck you and fuck this airline.
He's taken off the plane. Also, Clifford Etienne, a behavioral analyst in North Las Vegas, Nevada. He has 5 stars on healthgrades.com. I saw he also does, I found his Facebook page. He also does hangs out at a bunch of poetry jams and shit with someone with his last name, another Etienne. I think his wife does poetry or some shit like that. I don't know, but check him out there.
He's a bit of a dork.
He's a bit of a dork. Now, what has Clifford been up to in prison?
Yeah,
well, we find out with an article called Ex-Boxer Clifford Etienne killing prison time by painting.
Oh,
he turned into an artist.
Oh, God.
So he's got to learn something when he's in prison. I'll give him that. He went to college last time he was in prison. He was graduated from Southern University or something in prison. Anyway, he's a painter. They talked to Lynn O'Shea, this woman who is his silver-haired middle-aged white woman. I feel like if you listen to what she says here, who says, quote, she, quote, handles his business affairs. What the fuck kind of business affairs does a man who's in jail for centuries have?
Selling his paintings for soups?
For what? Cans of fucking oysters and fish cakes or whatever he said he ate? It's ridiculous. So she says, quote, he's amazing. He took painting serious inside, and after he earned trustee status, he was actually able to become the warden's artist and sleep in his paint room. That kept him away from all the drama in Gen Pop. Warden's artist?
Listen, he's amazing for a lot of reasons. That's not one of them.
That's not one of them. What kind of a pussy warden as an artist? This is my personal artist. What is he, a fucking 18th century president? Who said 19th century president? I'm commissioning this painting of me.
And where did he find this bitch that thinks so highly of him? Because I need somebody like her.
But apparently his paintings sell very well.
Really?
She says the city of New Orleans bought one that hangs in a district police department.
Taxpayer money?
In a district police department it hangs. And they're look like distorted, just black people doing shit, basically. Right. Like, they're good paintings.
Looks like a retarded guy on cocaine did it.
Kind of, yeah. You can see the brain damage. I think that's where his style comes from. Like, he's a good painter of a portrait, but then that brain damage puts some style on it, a little warp, and it makes it art. That's how it works. Yeah. O'Shea said also to, let's see here. You can find his art on fineartamerica.com. He has art for sale.
A website called Fine Art.
You can email him through that site. There is an email the artist link.
I would love
to. You can email him, and I don't know if that goes to him or to somebody else.
Listen, he can't get out. I'll email them, motherfucker.
You should email him. Yeah. Problem here is in October 2015, before this, because he's not painting right now, he is recovering. Let's get a quote from her, and then I'll tell you what happened. She says, O'Shea, the silver-haired middle-aged white woman, said, quote, things slowed down after the attack. He used to make all of his own canvas and stuff to paint on, but now he's locked down. I'm hoping some friends from his past life as a boxer can help him out. Now, what happened was, this is brutal, in October 2015, Etienne was attacked in the painting room by two inmates. He was stabbed more than 20 times.
Holy shit.
With a pair of scissors and was kicked repeately in the head because that's what he needs is more fucking brain damage. And he says it's
not doing any damage.
No, if Tyson's punch didn't hurt you. He suffers a punctured lung and a bunch of other ailments out of this.
A bunch of other punctures, too.
Yeah, he's transferred to a different prison for to get him out of there and everything. So there goes his art now. So who knows if he's going to pick that back up, but fineartamerica.com, you can check it out. Now, if you cannot get enough of Clifford Etienne, you can get on eBay.com, obviously, you can get a Mike Tyson versus Etienne laminated press pass credential from the night of the big fight. You can get it. It's $25 plus $5.95 shipping.
That's a deal.
Own a piece of history, guys.
That's a deal.
Amazing. And Jesus, that is Clifford Etienne in a big fat nutshell.
In a steel barred cage.
Wow, exactly. In a steel barred cage, shitting protein bricks into his prison toilet on a morning basis.
Bricks.
Wow.
There's probably more protein in his shit than a Cliff Bar.
Absolutely.
That is crazy.
He's a mess, this guy. I mean, you had it, and what were you doing? And I like how his mother says, anybody who knows him knows that's not like him. Right. It actually is. He did it once before.
It's exactly like him.
It's exactly like him. Like, exactly. Right. He had a gun, he robbed someone, he tried to shoot at people. That's exactly what he did.
He got super lucky, and then he blew it again.
And then he blew it because he's on a lot of cocaine. Yeah. So, no cocaine, don't move home, don't convert, and do not use a Grand Am as a getaway car. These are the lessons of today. Unfucking real, man. So we're going to get to shout-outs here in a second. Before we do that, I just wanted to say, please, if you haven't done it yet, if you're a new listener, even an old listener, get on iTunes. It takes 30 seconds. Sign in. Give us a review, please. It helps us so much on the business end of things. It really, really does wonders for us. And it's the thing to do if you want to help us out. Give us 5 stars. Tell us you're following instructions or whatever kind of crazy inside joke you want to have. And also, too, we want to thank especially some Patreon people that you have and some other people like that were really cool to us. Patreon.com/crime and sports if you want to support us. Give us a few bucks. Like I said, this show isn't free to make, and it's free for you guys, obviously. We want it to be free. But if you feel in your heart you want to give us a few bucks, if you enjoy the show, please do. It helps us immensely to make it a better show. I actually found some things on a site that I paid for to get access to articles. Right. with Patreon money.
Right.
So, I mean, the show is better for it. So you're helping the show.
You're helping the content that you're listening to.
Absolutely. And now, before we get into the shout-outs, just want to tell you, if you want to get shouted out or all that, iTunes reviews are great. Patreon, also, too, just social media. If you want to hit us up, on Twitter at Crime and Sports, Instagram at Crime and Sports, crimeandsports@gmail.com, Facebook.com/Crime and Sports, and you can be like one of these fine people that Jimmy's going to talk about.
Brandon Griffith and Ten Can Dan. I don't know Ten Can Dan's real name.
Ten Can Dan, we should look it up, honestly, because Ten Can Dan did the most amazing thing today. This guy, seriously, he's an Australian guy, and he emailed us this morning asking for PayPal information.
Because he doesn't like Patreon.
He doesn't like Patreon, which is fine. And he sent us $200 Australian.
That's fucking incredible.
Honestly, I almost cried from how sweet it was. Like that somebody was that nice to, and that meant that the show meant that much to them. Yeah. Thank you, man, so much. Really, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate it.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Fenlon, Bobby Williams, Will Judkins, Erica Hogan, at South Carol Live. I don't know what the fuck that is, but HLS the second is his name. Rob Bridgewater, whatever.
We'll go with Bride.
Pietragallo, Ebenezer Smile is probably my favorite name on Twitter.
And thank you for the Patreon from Ebenezer. If you get a woman named Ebony to give you money, you've done something.
You've done some shit.
You've done some shit. That's
You've
good.
moved mountains.
Yeah, I love that shit. Thank you, Ebony.
I like it. Andrew.
She's like, I ain't taking no shit from no man. I ain't giving nobody nothing. I work for my money, motherfuck you.
Andrew Bailey.
I love you.
Gilly Young or Jilly Young? I don't know how to pronounce her. She's cool. From the UK. She's a sweetheart too.
Thank you.
Joe McGarry, Luana Sharon. I believe she's she has something super professional going on because you can't friend her on Facebook.
Ooh.
And
she looks professional.
She's in a
her
business
picture.
suit. It's very like realtor or some sort of public office.
Yeah, I feel like she's a big shot.
Terrific,
I feel like. Thank you.
And Kevin Day, and then a very special shout out to my friend Dan Cummins, who's he wouldn't think he's a famous comedian, but people know who he is.
Pretty fucking good comic.
He's one of my favorite people in general. He's just a wonderful guy. He's got a podcast called Time Suck. Listen to it; it's fucking great. But he's been instrumental in telling us, like, giving us real positive feedback and stuff. So thanks, Dan, for all the texts late night. You're a great man. Most of all, somebody we really got to thank, or two people actually. Most of all, we have to thank. Number one, we have to thank Jimmie Taylor. Yeah, Jimmie Taylor down at Hubbard Media. This studio and this that's going on right now. He has been up people's asses, forcing us on people, and he has been our cheerleader and really our silver-haired middle-aged white man. So thank you, Jimmie Taylor. He's not silver-haired or middle-aged, but he is white, and he's a great fucking guy. And thank you, Jimmie. And I also have to thank Sarah Hunt, who's our social media person, who does all our marketing, and she sets all the stuff up and talks to Blue Apron and these people, and pretty much makes it so we can dick around and have fun. And she does all the business stuff and all the not fun stuff. And she's the best, and we couldn't do it without her. So thank you. And she takes care of Frankie, man. And she takes care of Frankie, the crime and sports dog. So we love her. But if you want to get a hold of us, you want to give them your social media, Jimmie? Yeah, at Whisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And I've been getting fun little snaps from, like, the Kerrigan bro, that guy sends me snaps in the middle of the night. That's funny. He said, it's not gay that we're sending us videos, right? And I said, it's super duper gay. As gay as saying super duper. It's super gay. Did you thank Wed Better this week, too? No. Wed Better, Busby, Munge. Guys, you guys are so fucking amazing. Mark Busby sent us awesome T-shirts. He made Jimmie a gunpoint blowjob T-shirt, and he got me a New Jersey Generals Doug Flutie shirt, which is amazing. Thank you, Busby. Thank you. And Jay Wedbetter, God damn it, we love you for always tweeting us at people. And you've just been forcing. You're our Jimmie Taylor of the East Coast. And we love you. God damn it, you don't know how much that means to us. Yeah. Thank you so much for doing that. And thank you guys for listening and getting us this fucking amazing studio. This is we incredible. Love it, man. We're so happy. It's all you guys. Like we said from the beginning, we were like, hey, if anyone's going to listen, it's going to be because of you guys. And now we're sitting in the most amazing place because of you guys, man. The crime and sports movement. Thank you guys so much. From the new to first time in the new studio.